Mike Storey in the house, late as usual. Tell the people why you're late. Just tell them your situation with your emails. You fucking anti-hoarder. Anti-hoarder over here.
I can't stand having emails floating around if there's no actionable item. So your email got deleted earlier today, and we had to wait for you to resend it. And then the email didn't come through for the longest time.
It's a very actionable item because it's an invite to the show, which you are essentially co-owners with me. You don't get paid like that, but you will one day. Also, the point is that you can't wait a day. You can't wait a day to delete them, and then you also delete your trash every day. The dude is just, you hate clutter. You hate fucking clutter, and you've hung out at my house though. My house has some clutter.
See what's going on back there? All that organization. You should see what's going on here. Every one of these pens is in color order. It's just we're a little egregious over here.
OCD is OCD much, man?
That works.
It's fine. Anyways, Storey, this is the second to last segment we're going to do, man. And the last segment, as always, is our pillar players, our 10 pillar players that we hit on every fucking year. But we're going to do another show in between here and now, maybe a couple, but there'll be mailbags. I think we've hit everything we wanted to hit. We've been talking about these segments, these shows, these players this season since like May, maybe even April, since the draft the draft ended. So we've given you everything we have. This is the player props. We have 6 player props each, season-long futures for only player props, not win totals, nothing like that. That's today. And then we'll do some mailbag stuff, but we finally made it, 13 days. So Blake says 13 days or 11 days. 11 days of the season starts. We're getting there, man. Sorry, I'm a little lit up tonight. It's going to be a fun show. It always is when Mike Storey's in the house, if he actually accepts my fucking invite.
Yeah, 11 days, and how many days till 53-man rosters? We're going to see some cuts. Some people that you would not be expecting are going to get cut. I think Sunday, right? Let me check. 2 days trimmed to 53. So wouldn't surprise, like names like Demon Claiborne, who drafted running back for the Minnesota Vikings. All of a sudden, like, these guys will get cut because it's not about what we see in preseason; it's about what they see in camp. And we just don't know.
The real name is Caleb Johnson. Caleb Johnson might get cut, brother.
Might get cut.
Is going to get cut. I mean, this is my Jadarian Price thing. It's like, I heard all last year, and we were both about Caleb Johnson until like draft season started. We're like, what are we doing? 7th round, what are we doing?
Right.
And it was, he's going to get 280 touches. Didn't you hear? Najee Harris got hurt, and Najee Harris left, and there's 280 vacated touches. Kenneth Gainwell sucks. This is Caleb Johnson's job. How did that work out for Caleb Johnson owners? I'm not saying Jadarian Price is going to be that. He'll be more involved than, 9 touches for Caleb? I'm just saying, cautionary tales. Did we all just forget about Caleb Johnson with the Jadarian Price thing? Because I think we did. He was a 3rd-round pick, right, out of Iowa?
Yeah. Yes, he was. And he had a monster season the year before, like an absolutely stellar season at Iowa. So who knows? His head's not in it. He didn't do what they wanted him to do. Now, it is a new regime there. He was fortunate enough to make it through unscathed, but cuts are happening. So, yeah, he would be a top guy that would probably get cut, I would say.
And let's also preface it with 3rd-round pick, Caleb Johnson, 3rd-round pick in 2024, which was a very, very, very 2025. Sorry, very, very good running back class. So this is a 1st-round pick, end of the 1st-round pick for Price in a very bad running back class. So it's like, I'm not saying Price is going to be Caleb because he's not going to get cut, but we need to temper our expectations on that and Parker fucking Washington story.
I will not temper my Parker Washington expectations, nor my Parker Washington.
But I can't endorse that, and I guess you're part of the show. But
you can do whatever you want.
Endorse that. I'm just gonna go back, and when the video gets uploaded, I'm gonna just like mute the entire Parker Washington love because it's insane. And Tron Force is the question here: would you drop Cyrus Allen for Stribling?
Yes.
Oh yeah, yes. Stribling is an 8th-round pick, dude.
Yes.
Trey Tucker. Also, I want Trey Tucker, and then Booty and Allen. I probably want Cyrus Allen over Booty.
I want Cyrus Allen over Trey Tucker and Kayshon Booty. You could make an argument for Jack Besh, but I want Cyrus Allen over, for sure, Trey Tucker or Kayshon Booty.
For me, I want Trey Tucker if you want floor and someone that I know is gonna have a role. But like the Stribling thing, definitely want Stribling. It's not even close. Like Stribling's going in the 8th round in all my drafts. I just took him last night in the home league because I wanted some upside, and Mike Evans has not practiced in a fucking year, it feels like, and Ricky Pearsall's dead. So the George Kittle thing, there's just a lot of question marks there. Stribling seems to be a at least their third receiver, right?
Yeah. I mean, Evans is hurt. Who knows how long, what Kittle's going to look like when he comes back. Obviously, no Pearsall. So you definitely want. Now, don't be surprised if Stribling doesn't have the role that we expect right out of the gate. But, I mean, Cyrus Allen should be a last-round pick. If you can drop him to pick up Stribling, then for sure you're going to want to do it.
My main future props this year from Blake. By the way, shout out Blake, media manager of the channel, cooking up these awesome thumbnails and graphics. We appreciate you, man. Woody Marks and Jackson Dart over 3.5 blue tent visits each. Easy lock. I mean, Woody Marks is, if it was over 6.5, I know he's not the starter anymore. I would go over 6.5 Woody Marks tent because it was 11 tents last year for Woody.
Throw in Jalen Waddle and Pat Bryant on there, and all of a sudden you're looking at a big payday.
Yeah, I don't like adding too many players, but those guys are blue tent merchants. Storey, let's kick up a parlay for week 0. He wants to work with you here.
I haven't even looked yet. Let's see if there's anything that catches our eye on week 0 all of a sudden here. It kicks off. I mean, technically week 0 started today with FCS. So if you're a Fordham fan or if you're a Dayton fan, you got some football action on. But realistically, tomorrow, 11 a.m., see North Carolina, TCU. Oh, interesting. This 54 for Sacramento State at Eastern Michigan. Sacramento State is dropping down a level this year. I like the under in that game. I'm not a big under guy, but Eastern Michigan was far from exciting on the offense last year. I mean, they were 4-7 or so last year, something like that. I think the under is a good play right there.
What the fuck are we talking about? Week 0, Eastern Michigan? You're hijacking my fucking show.
If you are, I'm just giving the people what they want. So, but in that UNC game, Jordan Shipp should have a pretty good day. I don't know what his reception total is at, but I would take the over in that.
Hey, get the bets going for Storey week 0 college football. You have your own segment now, so let's make sure we get winners on those. Dakota says more catches in 2026. Parker or Hunter? Parker Washington or Travis Hunter?
I mean, what are you giving odds on Hunter? Because Parker Washington should crush him in total receptions.
I would hope so, but like it's an honest question because Parker is just a guy and Hunter was we'll see how they deploy him. But all the reports are he's playing all cornerback. They also said in that same report that they expect games where he plays 50% of the snaps on offense. That is another reason to fucking fade Parker Washington. I don't need any more reasons. That's enough. Fade Parker Washington, guys. Fade him, Storey. Fade him.
In practice, when what the hell's his name? Oh my God. Travis Hunter. That was weird. When Travis Hunter came in, most of the time, 80% of the time, is Brian Thomas that was coming off the field. So that should be a feather in the cap for Parker Washington backers.
Yeah, all right. A 5'9" guy is going to play every single snap. Good luck. Matt says, leave Waddle out of this story. That's Waddle. Did he take him in Nick O's league? I'm guessing he took him in Nick O's league. He's a Waddle guy.
Probably. I won't. He's set up to have a great season, but he's already been injured this preseason, so I'm a little nervous about that.
So what you're telling me, yes, Galloway did, clearly. What's up, Matt? How you doing, man? So what you're telling me is CMC has already made his sacrifices for the season. Might get his first consecutive healthy season. I think he had one other one with Carolina where it was back-to-back healthy seasons. Then started the trend of, healthy all 17, injured, healthy.
Yeah.
That's all you got for me is yeah.
I mean, what? There's a lot of substation talk floating around. I don't know what the wide receiver core is going to look like come week 1. Well, there's a lot of guys that right now. So we're what? We're Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So we're 11 days away, right? So we're 11 days away. There's a lot of guys that we don't have actual reporting. So there's a lot of guys who should be ready for week 1, but I don't know. I have no idea.
I've been fading Myers a lot just based on what does he do for your team? It's a nice floor play. In best ball, he's fine because he'll have some good weeks. But are we really relying on Jacoby Myers? I think it comes down to the Parker Washington, Brian Thomas conversation. Storey, you're clearly on Parker Washington. I'm clearly on Brian Thomas. I'm not actually that big of a Brian Thomas fan. It's just like if I'm going to take a Jaguars receiver, we always go in the rule, take the cheaper guy and like take the better guy. And in this case, the better and cheaper guy is Brian Thomas. The role goes to Washington. We think, and it should go to Washington, but get out of here with that shit. If you're in a punt return yard league, go Washington. Deal.
Oh, I guess we'll see. We will see come week 1. I mean, realistically, if you want to capture all this, you just draft Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I have actually been drafting him recently because he's been falling to like the late 90s, and I'm down with that. Cry Dog, what's going on, man? Just got done jamming with our boy Luke. Great night, a little tuned up, ready for a great show for player prop futures. Ready for that? Thoughts on Khalif Raymond, boys? Hi, boys. He's a fine player, but the Bears don't really have a third receiver, so it will be Khalif Raymond, right?
Yeah, technically he's the starting slot receiver for the Bears, but realistically in this offense, there's not a whole lot of production outside of this really narrow target tree, this concentrated target, which is great for Luther Burden, Rome Odunze, Colston Loveland, but he's what? He's $160 soaking wet, 5'8". Like he's a tiny dude. He's played for half the teams in the league. He's a fine real life NFL player, and he's a guy that's going to be on the roster, but for fantasy, I don't see him making an impact.
I wish I was $160 and or soaking wet. Jonathan, what's up, family? This is a fucking family, and Jonathan is a big part of that. Yeah, he just had surgery on essentially his knee, his meniscus. He's all fucked up. He's sidelined for a while, so we already see Jonathan a lot around here. You're gonna see more Jonathan, and you got to see Dr.
He
Ray,
had
man.
a meniscus issue, which totally tanked Derrick Rose's career.
Nice.
Naked Trevor was great last year. Speaking of naked Trevor means not stacking him in best ball because Trevor Lawrence had 9 rushing touchdowns. Count them 9. To quote, what the hell is the fucking movie? I'm fucking drunk. 9 times. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. 9 times. 9 Trevor Lawrence rushing touchdowns. Not going to happen this year, but maybe 5 or 6, Story. 5 or 6.
It's in the realm of possibility. By the way, I don't think that Ferris Bueller's Day Off is a very good movie.
To say it's not a very good movie is stupid. It's an overrated movie, possibly, and also Matthew Broderick's a murderer, which I told you about this. Yeah, you still don't, I tell you 3 times you don't realize this. In Germany, he had a car accident where he killed 2 people. Yeah, it's fucking murder. He was fucked up, man.
Yeah, I got to fix this light. It's falling down.
All right. Well, we have some news. We have a lot of news to get to, and we both have 6 player props to get to. I've placed all 6 of mine. Let's get to some news.
Guys, I've got news. I've got terrible news.
See, this is exactly what I wanted a vacation from.
There are 2 guys in this church that are gay.
Who's the other guy?
I don't get the joke.
Yeah, he's never going to understand.
What's wrong with that?
Much better. Much better.
All right. First news item. Finally happened, man. Josh Jacobs, apparently there's a video or, something that's going to surface about what he did. It's just misdemeanors, but it's 2 of them. The video thing throws a wrench in this whole situation because we all remember Ray Rice and it was a 1 or 2 game suspension, and they got the video and he's been blackballed from the league. And Josh Jacobs is not a young man. He's only 28 or 29, but he was a 20-year-old rookie. He's on his last legs in terms of being even close to his prime. He's currently injured with a groin injury, and you have this. What are we doing here, Story? What are you doing with this information? Because you took Josh Jacobs in Nick O's league ahead of Javonte Williams because you hate Javonte Williams. I just was like, okay, I'll take Javonte Williams over a questionable Josh Jacobs. I'm reaping the benefits, bitch. Not
a good thing in any stretch, but I don't think this. In fact, I think this brings some clarity to the situation. The fact that he's been charged and they're 2 misdemeanors, I think is a good thing. We had this potential felony hanging over their head. Listen, if this video, so there's a lot of sensationalist reporting floating around. They say, quote, what do they say? Blah, blah, blah. In possession of a video showing Jacob striking a woman after throwing her to the ground. They're in possession of a video, but the video doesn't actually show that. The video shows an altercation in the garage, but it doesn't show the actual the domestic violence, right? If it did, he'd be charged with a felony. If there was anything that actually could be charging with a felony, they would have done it. So doesn't clearly depict the throw or the head injury. So I think this actually brings some clarity to the situation. He's not going to be in court until November 17th. In cases like this, where they let the legal system play out, you might have a late suspension. I would guess that this gets pushed till the offseason, and then he would be suspended for the start of next year. That's where I would guess that this unfolds. So I'm 90% certain that he's not going to serve a suspension this year.
You still should have taken Javonte over him, first of all, because
Disagree.
it's a better pick. Well, we'll see how that pans out. Anyways,
you said that about every.
I'm gonna start taking. I'm gonna take the dip on Josh Jacobs now, and it also ties into the poll question we have, guys. Vote in the poll question. We have 14 votes so far. It is Jacobs suspension ? I have none, 2 to 4, 4 to 6, or cut by the Packers because again, we don't know what the video is, and you would make a good point that if it's that bad of a video, why are they only charging him with misdemeanors? And I totally get that. Who knows, dude? The NFL and Wisconsin's all weird laws. I don't know. The point is, we don't want to hear this shit. If you're a Josh Jacobs owner, you don't want to hear this shit.
If the prosecutor is in possession of a video that shows a felony, right, a felony domestic abuse situation, they're going to charge him with a felony. Just because he's Josh Jacobs doesn't mean that he's not getting charged. The fact that they charge him with 2 counts of misdemeanors mean they fully expect this to plea out. I would guess they get a continuance on November 17th. It goes to he gets his first hearing on sometime in January. They plead out, and then he gets a suspension, probably 2 to 3 games, heavy fine, community service, etc. Start of next year. That's what I would guess.
Lawyer Storey, back at it. You've seen him in the chat with his picture. We have a doctor on staff and Dr. Ray. We got a fucking lawyer on staff with Storey. You've made me feel better about potentially taking Jacobs. I didn't like him at his value in the 3rd round, just with the injury and the question marks. If he starts falling to the 4-5 turn, for instance, I'm going to snatch that shit up and draft accordingly, right? Maybe I'm not about taking Lloyd right now. He's going way too high because he's never played. He gets hurt in practice. But just take maybe a Kenny Gainwell or something. Some insurance there that you could play early in the season if it does come to fruition. Let's get to the next news item. And this is Jonah Coleman. Your guy, Sean Payton. This is a Sean Payton conversation, and you can't wait to talk about this. So ESPN's Jeff Leggold, don't know who this guy is, believes Broncos running back Jonah Coleman will get plenty of work this season, which is a very weird comment. Plenty of work could mean anything. 10%, 30% of the snaps, who knows, 50% of the snaps. Sean Payton loves using committees, always has. You saw Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara for years. Never wanted to give the full workload to Kamara. This is a messy situation, and I've been avoiding this backfield. In best ball, I take shots on all the guys, not Jonah Coleman per se, but the other 2 guys. How does it shake out to you? Because if Jonah Coleman's involved, they're all unstartable. Honestly, they're all unstartable.
Yeah, I think that's where we're at. I think that we're going to see Jacobs. We know he has a best season adjusted target share of 5.5%. Last year, he was 4.5% before the injury. That's not going to get it done in fantasy football. RJ Harvey, not a good guy between the tackles, not a good goal line guy, great pass catcher, but Sean Payton wants guys that have specific roles or that can do all sorts of good things. Jonah Coleman can do that. I don't think, I've got him in a deep league, but I don't think he's going to be playable without an injury to one of the other guys. Realistically, it's just going to muddy the waters significantly and make Dobbins a headache and RJ Harvey a headache week in and week out, right? You could have an RJ Harvey week where he's the hot hand and he gets 8 receptions and he goes for 120 combined yards and get it to touchdown. And the next week, Jonah Coleman comes out and he's between the I don't know. I'm fully trying to stay away from this because I'd rather invest in the passing game of this offense than the running game. At least Peyton didn't call him the Joker, right?
Yeah, no shit. Not to call you out again, but you mentioned you have him in one league. That was also Nick O's league where you took him and we were right next to each other, right? You took Jacobs ahead of Javonte. I took Javonte. And then I took Mike Washington. The next pick, you took Jonah Coleman. So win for both on me. Win for both on me. I'm just rolling it right now, baby.
We don't know that Ashton Genty is going to be missing any time, and we also don't know that Mike Washington.
If you were to redraft it right now, you would take Javonte and you take fucking Mike Washington. Get the hell out of here, dude.
Did you not see the play that Dylan Lowby made last night? Oh,
fuck Dylan Lowby, bro. Fuck you, Mike Washington. 7.8 yards per carry in the preseason. The fucking workout warrior. We love Mike Washington. What are you talking about? We love him. We loved him before the combine.
Yeah, but I'm not taking him in the 8th round, which is where he's going right now.
I didn't take him in the 8th round. I got him in like the 14th round in that draft.
Okay, but what's past is past. We're talking about what's going on now. Where's he going?
Just dancing over here. My team's so stacked in Nick O's league, bro. It's so fucking stacked. I got Alec Pierce to pick. Alec Pierce might play week 1. Speaking of Alec Pierce,
you want to talk about playing week 1.
Alec Pierce, week 1 is the goal. I don't even care where I have Alec Pierce fucking everywhere, bro. I love Alec Pierce. So many shares in best ball. I think I've done 12 drafts so far. 12 of my 40 redrafts are done. I think I have 5 shares of Alec Pierce post 100. I am loving life right now. The Keenan Allen thing only affects Josh Downs, does not affect Alec Pierce. He is the one there. They paid him like a fucking 0, not even like a 1. They paid him like an alpha, which is insane. But they're going to use him. He's a man. Not worried about the ankle injury. Chances that Alec Pierce plays week 1, Story.
10%? Realistically,
What?
this dude just came off the pup. I would be really.
Oh, okay, whatever. I don't care. I don't need to. Chances he plays week 3.
Now we're talking. Okay, probably 80% at this point. I mean, it kind of happened fast here. I mean, there was no news, and then bam, he's back at practice. But we don't know what his conditioning is. We don't know what the status is. We don't know exactly where things are at with that cleanup procedure. So, even though he's back at practice, there's going to be a ramp-up period for him there. And Keenan Allen has been in the cards for this team for probably the last 2 or 3 weeks. It's, early season Alec Pierce is going to be – I would be really hesitant to play him the first month, even if he's back. But, he could ramp up into that number 1 role. Is he a top 12 wide receiver in this league? No, I don't think so. It's Alec Pierce.
No, he was paid like that, but he is a top 30 fantasy option getting drafted way later.
Yeah, I mean, again, good news. He's back. He's expected to practice this week. I don't know if he actually did practice, though. Did he practice today?
I also have him in Nico's league. So, again, I'm just rolling in the money, baby.
You already said that.
I'll say it again, motherfucker.
Okay.
All right. The last one's a light note, but also a dark note. Jed York. You heard about this? Did you read about this? What do you know about Jed York? And he's a weird dude, clearly. But this is not good for Jed York because he's already filed for divorce. But did you hear the details about what happened with the woman of the night, as they call them?
Not specifically. I knew it was a trailer park in Ohio, but I don't know specifically what the situation is.
So here's the wild thing about this. So I did some research here, and Jed York, his net worth is $500 million, and that's not counting the ownership of the team. That's actually his net worth, if you want to count the team. $500 million. So he's essentially half a billionaire. A lot of money. I did that. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's it. But that's not probably counting the equity he has in the team. Who knows? Either way, that's a lot more than we have, man. I kind of figured the average middle class guy his age net worth is probably about $500,000. If you want to talk about just an average person that with what they have in retirements, etc. He was going to pay this woman of the night $160, which is insane when you have that much money. I equated that. If you want to go off a person that has a $500,000 net worth, a normal person, that is 32 cents for a normal person. Okay. And if you wanted to get an escort, which if you're that level, right, you're going to go that direction, pay for an actual professional that's safe, that, is hot and not in a trailer park in Ohio. That's the equivalent of $3.20. So he wanted to save that extra $3 for his money and pay in cents and change essentially for this woman of the night. And of course gets arrested because it wasn't a real person. The whole situation is just wonky and wacky. And another little thing for the Niners, Kyle Shanahan gets in a car accident. Everyone's hurt and their owner is essentially pulling worse than a Robert Kraft. This shit is insane.
Welcome to our home, Shamise. Sit any way you like. That chair with a garbage bag taped over it looks pretty good.
Meg, you look pretty next to her.
Do you charge black guys more or less?
That's a hard question to answer. Most of them get a group rate.
Come on now, let's not talk about work. It's a dinner party.
I have $3.74. Do something to me. I love you. I want to take you away from all of this.
Nice.
$3.74. That's not far off from what my numbers I did for the $500 million, but just a wacky situation. And bro, do better. Don't you have people doing this for you? If you're going to go that route, do it better. Don't get arrested. Jesus.
I heard it was a sting operation, but there's a lot of unknowns here. I don't know, man. I've never personally hired a hooker. I assume that it's first of all, I fully believe that prostitution should be legal. We've talked about this on the program.
Oh yeah, dude, it should be. I mean,
let people do what they want to do. At the same time, why? I mean, feels like he's going to slide pretty easily, right? $1,100 in fines. That's not a whole lot.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. It's just bad for his image. And it's the point is, why are they doing a sting operation for a dude that wants to get his nut off? He's big deal. It's not even a felony. It just seems like a lot of resources allocated towards like nothing. You know, it's just the whole situation's just wacky. I just thought I'd bring it up because it's fucking funny on all accounts. It's just funny. Not if it happened to us though. Wouldn't be funny if it happened to us.
No, it'd be tragic if it happened to us. Although maybe some good publicity for the pod.
Yeah. Einhorn Finkel. I do have an Einhorn Finkel shirt. How about that? Erica got this for me on Temu. It was $5. Matt says 2 to 4 weeks max.
Don't buy from Temu. Buy from TeePublic or somewhere that's not using basically slave labor and child labor.
What do you want me to do? I'm poor, bro. I gotta get the fucking cheapest shit.
No, Temu is a bane on the clothing industry.
I'm sorry, man. I like this shirt. It was $5.
Don't buy from Temu. I'm telling you, don't buy from Temu. It's going to be bad in the long run.
Matt says 2 to 4 weeks max and a hard fine. 2 misdemeanors is nothing. That's what Storey was saying.
York?
No, this is for Josh Jacobs.
Oh, for Jacobs. He will.
Jed York's an owner. They don't get in trouble. You know.
No, anything, I mean there'll be some discipline handed down and a fine. We just don't know what it is.
Storey has passed the bar multiple times. The first time wasn't enough for this man. He's so smart. He's like, I'm going to do it a second time because I'm going to show those motherfuckers I can get better than a 99%. I'm getting 100. Let's go.
You've been sipping Grandpa's cup
now? Boneless Games. Hi again, guys. My draft is next Sunday. I'm drafting from the 4th spot in a Superflex full PPR 14-man. In a 14-man, you have to go quarterback in a Superflex. Yeah, dude. You can't go Gibbs. Like, you might have Bryce Young on the board when you get back at quarterback. If people double up, like you have to set the tone. Like a 12-man, go Gibbs. 14-man, you cannot, dude. You're not up. You're not picking again until pick 20. Like literally 16 quarterbacks will be off the board. Like you don't know where the league's going to go. So I would tell you just take Lamar.
I don't know. I mean, we always talk about those onesie positions. I guess it's not a onesie position in a super flex. Yeah, I mean, with bye weeks and everything like that, I think you're right. I think you got to go with a quarterback early.
The thing that confuses me with Hunter, how they utilize him, are they going to run him in a wildcat or something? No, he'll get hurt doing that. He's been a better corner than wide receiver. Only put him on offense to if one of the other 3 go down. We have no idea. Like we can all speculate on the Travis Hunter thing. They need cornerbacks more than they need wide receivers. That's just a fact. But if the plan was to play him at corner all along, wouldn't you just draft a corner? Because he's not a corner. You know what I mean? Like he could become a corner.
He's better corner than he is a wide receiver.
Possibly, but wide receivers are more valuable. You know what I mean? It's just the whole situation's just stinky.
I mean, what's the most valuable position in football outside of the quarterback? Probably left tackle. What's the most valuable position? What's the most valuable position beyond that? Probably edge rusher.
Wide receiver.
Probably edge rusher. Then it's wide receiver. Yeah. Then it's wide receiver. So you want to stop the pass and make the pass better. I think cornerbacks are pretty valuable in general. The Bears have been drafting cornerbacks in the first round for the last decade. Let's see where that gets them. Their defense is going to be pretty bad this year. In any event, why don't you tell the people in that same league who took Travis Hunter in an IDP situation, huh?
And Shaheed.
And Shaheed, it's also a
Storey, I'll glaze the fuck out of you for 10 hours. It's just, unfortunately, I didn't plan this. Just all the things that came up just seemed like, well, I got this guy. You didn't. I'm sorry. He took Hunter and Shaheed. Let's move on.
Moving on.
Just kidding. Storey's a fucking genius. You know what? I slurp you enough, man. I could slurp you all day.
I don't need more slurping.
I mean, one day you will, but
slurping.
Also, real quick, who do I see in here that's not in here? We have 2 gifted 1-month memberships to the community. Trone Force, if you want it, there's the email on the screen, CubsFan311@yahoo.com. If you don't get it here, go to the Patreon. It's on the Patreon page. You're the first one. I know you've been watching us for a while. I'll toss that to you. That is thank Jedi for that. Jedi bought that last night. Everyone else in here I see in the chats is a member, but we will give that to you. So there you go. Use that email. Send me an email. Say Trone Force. I'll get you in the community for free for a 1-month trial. CubsFan311@Yahoo. Go rewind the video. Put that in your fucking inbox. Send me a what's up. Drafted Emmett Johnson to handcuff the Tiny Dancer and also picked up Kalen Black in case CMC gets hurt. We're not into handcuffing our own players. Unfortunately, Emmett Johnson, we don't know is the actual handcuff. We think he is. We have him in our dynasty, right? We took Emmett Johnson and Kenneth Walker. I love Emmett Johnson. The camp reports are great, but the the Kalen Black thing is up for debate. Like, for me, it's like if I have Saquon, I'm taking Tank Bigsby. That is a must-have. These are more fringe guys.
Well, I mean, you think Saquon is more liable to get hurt than Christian McCaffrey?
No, I'm saying I know that Tank Bigsby is going to get all the work if Saquon goes down.
You know for a fact that is who because it could be Jordan James, it won't be Isaac Guerrero, but it could be
DeMarcado in Kansas City. It won't be. It'll be a split. But like I know it will be a split with Tank as well. Tank should get like 65% of the work and the goal line work, which is what we want.
Yeah, no, that's true. It's one of the few handcuffs that we can confidently say that is actually a handcuff. Like if Omarion Hampton goes down, do they revert back to Cavani Vidal or is it Keaton Mitchell time? We don't know.
No, there's not many. It's Tyler Algier. It's guys like even Ray Davis has some murkiness to him.
It's realistically Brian Robinson.
That's a big one as well. Where are you taking Dijon Love? What is this? Dijon Love? What the hell is this?
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
Dijon Love? I don't know who that is. Dijon Love charged fraud posing as a fake San Francisco 49ers wide receiver. He defrauded at least $26 million, $1.3 million. Oh, was this the guy on the beach that had the helmet on and was running around? Yeah, for defrauding. Okay, nice. I didn't read the thing. I just saw the video real quick.
He should be on the list, though. You know what I mean? Because he's posing as one.
There, we'll read the story offline, but that's interesting.
Dakota, Nico's league is actually up to $200 now, so it's not my lowest league. It has been for a while. It's been tied for like $150. I am playing more $100 leagues this year, so I increased my volume, but wanted to not do $500 leagues as much because, I've done 8 $500 leagues on Fantrax since I joined it. I've made the playoffs in all 8. I have 0 championships. It's insane. Like
there was another one tonight.
What's that?
There was a $500 league tonight.
I got the email as well. Yeah, they're trying to fill it. The guy says, that this has tanked all Niners in fantasy this year. Trade them all. No, I'm still all in on the Niners. I have my Brock Purdy, my Brock Purdy future of MVP 20-1. I like that. But it's how much is there's just a lot of stuff going on with this team, and they're probably still going to win 10 games, right? It's what they do. It's what Kyle Shanahan does.
Yeah, so it's interesting because the 49ers have been cursed with the last half decade with these random injuries and weird situations. At the same time, the Chargers have been cursed with these random injuries and weird situations. And the difference is the 49ers win 10, 11 games per year, make the playoffs, and usually go deep, while the Chargers find a way to fall flat on their faces and go 7-8 every year. So it's just interesting, right? Like now the Chargers all-star center is out for an indefinite period of time. What does that do for Hampton, for Justin Herbert, for that passing game, et cetera, et cetera? That's another franchise that just feels cursed.
What are the odds of the evidence against Jed York getting thrown out? Sploosh says -230. By the way, shout out Sploosh. Who's in the? Did you see the trade in the Dynasty League story?
No, today.
Yesterday. I don't want to rehash it, but it was Brock Bowers and Pickens. It's a giant trade. You got to check it out after this. I don't want to get into it, but it's a giant trade. -230 for the evidence. I would say +100. I think it's an even odds bet, right?
We could probably somebody check the prediction markets and see if that's out there. I'm sure it is somewhere. We could find out.
All right. Fuck Temu. I'm with Storey. I don't like it. I just like a $5 t-shirt, man. Like, what do you want me to say? You want to fund my t-shirt operation, Storey?
Race to the bottom. Do you know what happens when you support $5 t-shirt companies? Everything becomes a $5 t-shirt eventually, and then it's a $4 t-shirt, and then the t-shirt literally falls apart the day you wash it. That's the problem.
Hey,
in addition
for
to
$5, give me 10 uses out of it.
Human rights violations that this company has very clearly been part of. So you got to stop buying Temu, man. It's one of the worst companies in the world. I'm not going to say that the big tech companies aren't bad, because they obviously are. Oil companies are bad too. But these Chinese companies that don't have the oversight that the EU or the United States have, it's an absolute travesty that these companies can get away with it. And companies like Shein and Temu, they steal all their shit anyway. Like, you got to get away from it. You got to stop. Okay, you got to stop.
You know what really grinds my gears? This Lindsay Lohan. Eh? Lindsay Lohan with all those little outfits, jumping around there on stage. half naked with your little outfits. You know, you're up there jumping around, and I'm just sitting here with my beer. So, you know, what am I supposed to do? What do you want? You know, are we gonna go out? Is that what you're trying to? Why you leaping around there, throwing those things all up over there in my face? Huh? What do you want, Lindsay? Tell me what you want.
Perfect.
Connor says he gave me a $20. Thank you, Connor. $20 banger for a T-shirt. You know what? That's 4 T-shirts on Temu. I got 4 T-shirts now.
That is. We call that in the nonprofit world, we call those restricted funds. That means that money is earmarked for a $20 T-shirt.
All right, I'll just spruce up my Temu shirt so you think they're not from you.
We'll know.
Oh man, thank you, Connor. That also gets a beer chug. Appreciate you. Give me a second on that. Connor doesn't think he'll be suspended 8 weeks. I don't think 8. I think maybe 4. Max also wish me luck this Sunday doing my home league draft. What time is it, Max? If I can't help you out, I would love to help you out or be a consultant. Give me the details. I can at least give you something if you need it, if you want it. I'm here for you, Max, as you know. Sploo says Storey looks like he could be my cousin. I don't know what that means, but is that weird?
I don't know. Kissing cousins? Did you know that in most states it's not illegal to marry your first cousin as long as you get a blood test?
Yeah, you've told us about this.
Oh, okay.
It's really concerning and weird. But Max, am I the only person not hyping Shuck up so much? I am very cautious with him just because he got his start in the second half of the year and played Carolina twice, Atlanta twice, Jets. Look at that research that Max is doing for us. I love Tyler Shuck coming out. I'm a little more cautious on him. I get you, but he's got the fantasy cheat code, right? Of like the design runs, Kellen Moore. Now it sucks that Tyson got hurt, but like the price point's super cheap though, dude. It's quarterback 20. Like that's tasty. That's tasty.
Yeah. If you know a guy that could take a leap into the top 12, it is. I would put my bet on Chuck. The thing is nice though, like you could throw him on the back of your bench if you got a deep enough bench and just wait and see what happens. And if in fact it was a small sample size, bad defense trap, then fine. You punt him to the curb and you stream the position, or you go with the guy you drafted anyway. So yeah, the Tyson thing I really think kind of puts a big damper on his coming out.
All right, I'm not telling you guys where I get my fucking clothes anymore because local print shops can do it for reasonable.
Thank you, Sploosh. Thank you. Support local businesses. That deserves a round of applause.
That's what people are doing here, supporting me as a local business and us as a local business. But you can get 10 shirts. Yeah, maybe 10 shirts from Temu. Damn Storey was in Denver, Colorado tonight and now live with Rob. Hard worker, man. He must have saw you. Was it because Kevin O'Connell was there?
Kevin O'Connell. I went to Denver once and I went to a Rockies game. They beat the Dodgers. That was fun.
All right, we're 40 minutes in. We haven't even hit our list yet.
Good.
So, well, we had a good conversation, a lot of questions. I'm going to hit you guys with the intro. It has a Jed York flavor as well, so you're going to love it. And then we're going to get to our 12. We have 12 players total, player props. Tune in for this because I've placed all these 6 bets. Storey always hits in this segment. We're going to crush.
Jed York's type.
I like to keep the There Will Be Blood clip around because it's just an all-timer. It never gets old. It never gets old.
Seen, The Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah. It's
you know, they're talking about the pink slips, the penny stocks, the pink slips, and the
yeah. That's the penny stock of Women of the Night. Okay, before we get into the list, I do owe a beer chug for Connor's generosity and just being. I always call Connor my spirit animal. Do a chug with me, buddy. Let's do this. I'm going to race myself as usual, and here we go.
Here you go.
That was so slow, dude. I've been drinking already, so it just didn't come down the way it should. Okay, you ready for this?
Let's do it. Do it.
We have 6 players each. I'm going to start with my first player. This is the easiest smash of easiest smashes. I placed this bet about 2 months ago. It's now gone up to 925 yards. Brock Bowers over 875.5. Receiving yard Story. How much on a scale of 1 to 10 smash level? Give me a number on this.
I mean, at 875, I think it's an 8. But 925, you're getting a little more. This probably drops it down, not that much, but maybe to a 6.5, 7.
So last year he played 11 games and he was hurt for 10 of those games.
Yeah.
680 yards, 680 in a limited season when he was hurt with that the worst offense. Pete Carroll's son being the O-line coordinator, Pete Carroll being the coach, Geno Smith, everything about it was just gross. 1,194 yards as a rookie. Like, bro, this averages out 875, averages out to 51 yards a game. Holy shit. When I saw this, I had Hastings on the show. We were doing Vegas versus ADP, the first iteration of that. And I didn't place the bet. We were just talking about it. I didn't even have a segment for this. I just saw it at the bottom for receiving yards. I was like, wait. Brock Bowers, 875. At the time, Trey McBride was 1,025. I was like, why are they 150 yards apart? Like, I want Brock Bowers over Trey McBride in fantasy. So I smashed this bet. Even 925, my confidence level is a 9 out of 10. This is 1,000 yards this year. He can play like 14 games and get 1,000 yards. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I mean, it's nice that it's also a team that is devoid of pass catching talent outside of Brock Bowers. So, and if Genty misses even a couple of games, like that pass catching, Mike Washington's an okay pass catcher, but realistically, it's just going to mean more work for Brock Bowers. I also think that Michael Mayer is a rare tight end handcuff, right? Like,
oh yeah,
he's a guy that if you're drafting Brock Bowers, not that we expect Brock Bowers to get hurt, but if you drafted him, like you can, and you have deep enough league, you can draft Michael Mayer late and just hope that if anything happens, that Mayer steps in that role.
That's what I've said in my Fantrax leagues. And if you draft him at pick 15, 18, 17, whatever it is, you don't want to ever handcuff your own players typically, and definitely not a tight end because it doesn't work for, Trey McBride. You're going to take Higgins? Like, hell no, dude. It's not the same thing. I think we believe that Michael Mayer's a top 8 to 10 tight end. It's not going to be Brock Bowers level, but like that is some nice insurance to be like, we like Brock Bowers here, and you have the contingency plan. And the nice thing is week 13 bye for Brock Bowers. So at that point, when it gets to week 13, you just drop Michael Mayer and you pick up whatever bum for that week, and then you just have Brock Bowers the rest of the year. He should stay healthy at that point. I absolutely love it. So let's get to your first one here. Josh Allen.
So while these are not in any particular order, I think this one is the easiest to explain. So Josh Allen over 24.5 passing TDs. So I found this on the score bet at -105. If you don't have that, it's -110 at a bunch of places, Bet Rivers, DraftKings, etc. So I think he's going to realistically get in the 27 to 29 TD range. So I want the over in this. This is probably a bet I really like in terms of, well, okay, so it's a number that we're not asking Josh Allen to have a ridiculous career 40 touchdown, 7% touchdown percentage season, right? He threw 25 passing touchdowns last year. So basically asking him to repeat the performance and add a couple more. And you add DJ Moore to the offense. So I think there's a legitimate argument that Bills can create more passing touchdowns simply because they added a high-level option to throw to. And doesn't have to be a pass-happy offense. James Cook can still get a couple of dump-offs from the backfield and score touchdowns that way. So I think he can get to 28 touchdowns, no problem. And he doesn't even need to throw the ball 600 times. He doesn't need to be a better quarterback because he's not going to be. He's the quarterback he is. I'm betting on the Bills to give them more opportunities for them to score touchdowns.
And the nice thing is, I'm trying to look up his past stats. 14 rushing touchdowns last year. Like, that's not continuing. I'm sorry. 14? No fucking way. Last year, 25 touchdowns. 28 the year prior. 29, 35, 36, 37, 20. So he has hit this number every year since 2019. And, like, they want to stop him from putting himself at harm because every year around week 15, 14, 16, 17, he's hurt, right? And he plays through the injuries. I'm saying he's suffering injuries because he's putting his body on the line. And DJ Moore is a factor here. And DJ Moore is not George Pickens. He's not a red zone merchant, but he is a professional receiver that can help this situation out. And maybe Keon Coleman takes a step up. Maybe it's Skylar Bell, our boy Skylar Bell. There's a lot of ways that he's not going to do 14 rushing touchdowns. I think his number in Vegas is 10.5 rushing touchdowns, which is wild because they don't really use the traditional tush push. It's not the Jalen Hurts situation where it's free touchdowns. This is just a great situation, like 24.5. And the nice thing about betting a Josh Allen prop is he never misses games. So the reason these numbers are always lower is because they're always baking an injury with Bowers, with the other guy. Like with Josh Allen, like really, are you really baking in injuries? Unless he literally can't walk, the motherfucker's taking the field. And this is a low number. This is like, you know, the pocket passers of the world and the other guys like Dak, they're at 31.5. So maybe, you know, we don't even need him to take a step back rushing because I just told you it's been since 2019. He hasn't hit this number. So easy money, man. I'm going to probably bet this one. This one sounds delicious.
Awesome.
Here we go. Tet McMillan, my second one. Your guy. You love Tet McMillan. I love Tet McMillan. 924 receiving yards. This is pretty high. But last year, this is over on FanDuel, -110. Last year, he had 1,014 receiving yards, almost hit this over 100. And that was including games with 5 receiving yards. He had a game with 5 receiving yards, 25, 29, 33, and 35. He had 5 stinkers. Those were all correlated with Bryce Young's games where he had 140 passing yards. And I'm not saying that can't happen again, but this team's schedule is tough. The 6.5 implied win total, they're going to throw the ball more. And whether his efficiency comes down, I think he's going to take a step up as a player. We love him in fantasy. 924 for a guy we know is the true alpha. I love Coker as well, but this is Tet McMillan's team as a receiver. This bet is locked and loaded, baby. I wish it was a little lower, but it's he seems like a guy that's not going to get hurt. Everything about this screams like a 1,200-yard season to me.
Any idea or any thought as to why, you know, he was 1,007 yards last year, something like that? Any idea why this is 75 yards lower than it was last year? Like what are the sports books?
It's banking. It's 90 yards lower than last year. It's injuries, right? They always mark it lower than project. That's why you don't look at projections because they bank in like the high end of these things and no injuries. This is fair because if he plays 15 games, I feel like Tet McMillan has 1,000 yards. That's without even taking a leap, right? That's without Bryce Young taking a leap. That's without him taking a leap. Let's go, man. 924. I'm in.
That's good. It's good. I like it. I'm in love with Tet McMillan this year. So there's a lot of Coker bros out there. I'm not one of them.
I am a Coker bro. They can both eat because there's no tight end to speak of, right? There's no third receiver to speak of. There's nobody.
This is not enough volume for me personally.
Well, Coker's fine just because the ADP is so low. But let's move on to your next one. This is Jonathan Taylor under. We have an under here. Storey hating on a dude, which is 1250.
Now, before you get out the pitchforks, let me explain why season-long unders can be attractive. I mean, it basically boils down to there's so many things that can go wrong over 17 games, and we saw it. Taylor didn't have to get hurt last year. Daniel Jones had to get hurt, and then Taylor completely fell off a cliff in the second half of the season. So, excuse me. I hate taking unders. It's human nature to want to bet and cheer for these guys, but realistically, so this one, 1250.5 at Bet Rivers, Caesars, Hard Rock, all at -115. There's a couple places that have it at 1249.5. I mean, 1 yard's not going to make a difference, but get the extra yard. There's a couple places that have it at 1225, and the Score Bet has it at 1175. So they're taking a more pessimistic approach. And anyway, I just think it's a little too high. He needs approximately 72 rush yards per game over 17 games to clear this, and that's attainable. I get it, but we're asking for a fully healthy workload, 17 games, and the efficiency that we saw at the beginning of last year. I don't think that Taylor has to be bad for this to lose. I just like the under in terms of maybe he misses a game or two, or maybe Indianapolis gives him slightly less work because they have some other guys they want to keep him a little healthier because he's getting a little older. Maybe he's a few more 50-yard games and 100-yard games. He's not going to fall apart. We don't need him to fall apart. Just need to have a very good season instead of an elite season, right? We just need him to be Saquon Barkley from last year. Even Saquon Barkley, we need him to be Jonathan Taylor from 2 years ago versus versus Derrick Henry.
And maybe he has more in the receiving game. That's the thing. It's
that's
not
also
total yards.
True,
like that's huge. I mean, that's 1250 is pretty nice. And I didn't mention this earlier, but we did pretty well in this segment last year, and not so much our record. I went 4-1. My one loss was Tucker Kraft over 625. Think about that for a second. That was the loss I had. Tucker Kraft would have had 1,000 yards receiving, and I forget one of the wins, but it was I had Chris Olave. Chris Olave was over 80. It was 78 receptions. That was a smash. George Pickens 5.5 touchdowns. That hit in like week 6. And then Javonte Williams. You want to know what Javonte Williams' rushing line was last year?
675.
500. He got that by week 6, dude. So this is what we're doing here. And Storey, you went. I think you went 3-2. So a couple, injuries do play the fact. That's why you go a couple unders, which does, kind of insulate yourself from that. I always go overs, which these guys are. That's why these numbers are usually low. When you look at these, you're like, why is this guy so low? Is because these dudes get injured. It's the NFL. Like they're not going to play full seasons. My next one, speaking of injury guys, Mr. Sam Laporta, over 4.5 receiving touchdowns. Obviously, I bet this before the injury, but the news today is that he's practicing. They expect him ready for week 1. Sam Laporta, 4.5 is a smash. So his first 2 seasons, obviously his rookie year, he was 10-1, 10 touchdowns. 2024, 7 touchdowns. Last year, he played 9 games, 3 touchdowns. So, like, if he just plays 14 games, I feel like he gets 5 touchdowns. Like, Jared Goff is going to throw for 30 touchdowns. It's what the guy does. Usually it's 33. So this seems like free money, man. This is minus 130, though. I'll say this. Minus 130 on Bet365. That was when I bet it, so maybe it's gone back down to even money. But what do you think about this one for Laporta? It's not a yards bet. It's just touchdowns.
No, it is. I mean, he doesn't have to be outstanding. He just has to be a threat in the red zone. Now, they're going to use Gibbs, and they will use Amon-Ra St. Brown. But what was Laporta's rookie year touchdown total? 8 or something 10. Like that? 10. Yeah, we've seen him do it. So that being at 4.5, I mean, geez, that seems incredibly low. It's interesting. Again, wondering what we're not seeing that the sports books are seeing. You know what I mean?
And this is weird because it was before the hip injury that happened recently, but it was during the back injury where he was coming back from the back injury. We didn't have the news like about 6 weeks ago. We had the news that his back's not an issue, and maybe that was factored in. And now it's kind of just a moot point because yes, he is coming into the season a little hobbled. It's a 17-game season. Like Sam Laporta can walk his way into 5 touchdowns in this offense.
Yeah, he should be able to. I mean, got to stay healthy, but he should be able to.
All right, I got to grab a beer. Your next one, take it away, man. It's JSN. It's another under.
Yeah. So after this, we're all overs, so don't panic. But under 1325.5 receiving yards, you can find this on FanDuel at minus 114. I think it's on Caesars for minus 115. It's a couple other places, and it's lower in some other places too. So I've got him this year in the 1250 to 1275 range. So I lean under. This is probably, I would say, my weakest position of all 6 of these bets. Caveat, I really like JSN. I think he can absolutely be a top half wide receiver 1, if not maintain his position as one of the top 3 or 4 there. But I think it's already baked into this 1325 number. We're asking for 1,300 yards, which is roughly 78 yards per game. That's a massive season. I know it doesn't seem like it because 100 yards per game, it seems like it should be attainable for a guy like JSN, but that is a massive season. I'm not sure that I want to pay for the over on this and expect just the same level of efficiency, the same level of volume. The important distinction here is I like the player and the fantasy player more than I like the number here. If you told me that he finished with 1275, 1250, I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever. That's why I'm leaning under on this. So that, it just seems way too high for this offense in general.
It's an under or a stay away because to say that both things have to happen. He has to stay healthy and the efficiency has to continue without Clint Kubiak. Like that's a factor too. Like this was an amazing situation he was in. Everything hit. Every time JSN's running down the sideline, there's no one on him. It was just, dude, it was beautiful last year. And I love JSN. And thinking about the ADP, right? He's going in, 5 or 6 overall. The touchdowns matter a lot, but like he can actually hit this under and return value. Not actually return, but meet his value. If he has 1,270 yards and 8 touchdowns and 100 receptions, that's actually fair value. That is essentially a St. Brown season, right?
Yeah. I mean, and St. Brown is being drafted after JSN. JSN's being drafted as the 3rd wide receiver off the board. He could certainly finish in that 3, 4, 5, 6 range. I fully expect him to. But again, 1325, that's a big season. That is a It's a big season for anybody not named Jamar Chase.
All right. You ready to throw up? You ready to get physically ill?
Sure. Is it TJ Hockenson? I know it's TJ. Oh, Brian Thomas. Okay.
Brian Thomas over 700, dude. What the hell are we talking about here? Brian Thomas. You hate this, don't you?
No, I don't hate it. I see it. I don't. I'm not going to bet it though.
You know how many yards? Last year he was hurt. He missed a couple games and played hurt the whole year. What did he have last year? Do you know?
I would guess 650.
707. He actually hit this last year.
Okay.
That's why this is the easiest smash of smashes, dude. He hit this last year in 14 games. I looked it up. 14 games. He hit the over on this with him being terrible, him being hurt, him dropping passes, the role being complete dog shit, which might continue. Bottom line is, we like Trevor Lawrence. We like this offense. We love Liam Cohen. Why the fuck is Brian Thomas at 700? I think my boy Marvin Harrison's at 824, who I do prefer over him in fantasy, but like it's because touchdowns and I think he has more volume potential. Like Brian Thomas is a yards guy. Like we're not worried about the yards for Brian Thomas. It's like, what do those yards mean? What is the role? How many touchdowns does he score? 700 yards for Brian Thomas. Easiest smash ever, dude. Let's fucking get it. Don't fucking do that face. Hell, man.
I understand your position, but it's not one that I'm going to be on. I don't see it with Brian Thomas.
You think there's a world where he's worse than last year? Healthy?
Yeah, I honestly do. Like this offense will not be as prolific. Like it'll be good. Don't get me wrong.
No, it will be. They lost Devin Lloyd. They have to throw the ball more.
Yeah, we always say that, but let's wait to see. Yeah, and there's target competition, and they're going to run more 2 tight end sets. So there's just not going to be enough volume. They're going to spread the ball out. There's too much target competition, et cetera, et cetera. There's too many ways that this can go wrong. I don't like it. Plus, he was injured all last year.
700. Yeah, he missed 3 games. He still hit this number. That's what I'm saying. Like,
well, if he misses 4 games, then he wouldn't hit the number.
You don't have to endorse drafting Brian Thomas to make this bet. You just have to take 700 yards. I did the math. It is 41 yards per game, dude.
Go for it. I'm fully supporting.
I already did. I already bet him. I bet all these, Storey. I already went for it, man.
Yeah, good. Tell me more.
All right, DJ Moore for you, man. What do you got?
Yeah, I've got him in the 70 to 75 reception range. So you can find this on Bet365 at -110. This is actually one of my favorite values because I think people are going to look at last year's numbers or the last 2 years for DJ Moore and miss the overall situation change. I get it. He only caught 50 passes last year, but now he's playing with Josh Allen, who's actually a pretty accurate quarterback. I don't need Moore to become a 100-catch receiver, right? Just need him to catch 60 balls. I think it's very reasonable. If he's healthy and he becomes one of the primary perimeter wide receivers, I think 60 to 75 receptions is very realistic. And it's a nice correlation with my Allen passing TD bet. So if Buffalo's passing game is better than these sportsbooks believe, than the market expects, then Moore is one of the obvious beneficiaries there. So he's not going to be a superstar in Buffalo. I fully understand that, but it's 6 catches a game. I realistically think that DJ Moore can get 6 receptions per game.
No, it's way less than 6 a game. It's like 4 a game.
Oh yeah, you're right. I did the math.
6 a game is crazy.
I did my
4 a game is 58.
Yes. 58.
No, 4 a game. 4 a game is fucking 68.
4 a game. 4
yeah,
times
4 a game hits it, bro.
34, 68. Yeah, 68. There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 8 over. So there you go. Bet it on Bet365. Bet365, whatever.
You ready to get hard? This one will make you hard. The Brian Thomas one made you ill. This one will make you hard.
Okay.
Christian Watson over 774.
Now we're talking.
This is money in the bank. This is the bet on health, right? Like, I truly believe Christian Watson can hit this number in 11 games. I ran the numbers. That was what I came up with. 11 games. This is a smash. So can he play 12 games is, I guess, the question. And that's not a guarantee. Can he play? Let's call it 14 games. If Christian Watson plays 14 games, there is 0 shot with a Josh Jacobs shit and then just with no 4th receiver, Tucker Kraft off the ACL. Easy money here, 774. I did alt as well. I did alt up to 1,200 yards. I think 1,200 yards was like 6-1. That's fucking money, dude. Like, if he stays healthy, he's going to crush this year. And we love him in fantasy. 774 is so low. So low.
I'm not a believer in Matthew Golden. Jaden Reed is very much a role player on that offense, despite the fact that they narrowed the target tree. Yeah, 775 seems Very easy. I like that. I like that a lot. Now we're talking. Where'd you find this one?
This is DraftKings. Now, this was about 2 weeks ago, so it probably has gone up. Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah.
I bet these, and all my community members have these bets, but I should have probably looked at the recent lines, but unfortunately, that's why you have to join the community, guys, because if you join the community, you get the actual bet slips when I place these, and you make the money I make. That's why I'm keeping them at the numbers I bet. These are the numbers I actually bet, and why would I change them now, right?
There you go. You
This is what we
post
do
these
it.
in the community when you bet them.
100%. And before I get to your next guy, I do want to shout out a couple new people. I got my mailman to join the community, Craig, who's it's funny. It's called Craig the Mailman. Also, Sports Jazz, if you're in here, appreciate you. All you other guys, you know you're in here. Thank you very much. So, yeah, my mailman joined. He's really close with Erica. He wants the information. He said I helped him win his league last year because he picked up Michael Wilson and Parker Washington because of me,
All right.
which is funny that I'm off Parker Washington because I'm not tied to, I like Parker Washington. I liked him because he was a fucking waiver wire pickup, not even a free agent acquisition. Now he's a 5th round pick. Get the hell out of here, Story. But thank you guys. You like how I fucking do that? Thank you guys for supporting me. And if you want to actually get access to the weekly bets, 96 and 58 last year, gentlemen. We are dominating. You get a lot more than just the bets. It's just part of the show. If you want to sign up now, guess what? You get 50% off the first month. Do a little trial run. See what we have to offer. See all the great people in the community and what we have. It's a lot. We offer a lot. I give back as much as I can. Discord, fantasy leagues, guest appearances on the show. Come talk ball. Come talk about Jed York getting not getting his nut off, but trying to get his nut off on the show, as well as football stuff. Free merchandise giveaway. You see Story's shirt right there. You won't get the Finkel as Einhorn shirt. This is too valuable. It cost me $5. You're going to get the hat. You're going to get the shirt. When you sign up during the season, I give those away every single week. You're going to get one because there's not that many people that don't have them. And also a great way to support this show and keep the show going very, very strong. Link in the description for the Patreon. Hit that up. I'll get you an email right away to get in the community. Join us. Join the party. It's almost like a cult. It's a great party. It's a good time. A lot of good information. And you won't see this guy in here because this dude, we don't want in the community. So we will see Helen Hunt, though. Helen Hunt will be in the community. There she is. Hey, Helen, you look fabulous. She looks great, doesn't she?
She looks great there. Very dignified.
That's the word, dignified. All right. Any questions, hit them in the chat. My guys will help you out in the chat, or I will help you out later. Keep on getting your questions in. We have a couple more names to get to, and then we're gonna pound through the chat, hang out. That sounded weird. Hang out with you guys, and then at the end of the show, I'm doing an underdog draft or two with you guys. So your next one here, my boy, David Montgomery. Unfortunately, I only have one share of Montgomery through 11 drafts. Not feeling great about it because I do love David Montgomery. 7.5 rushing TDs, dude. Sounds very reasonable on a defensive team.
Yeah, it is a defensive team. So there is that. I fully understand that. And the offense isn't great. The nice thing is, two things. Number one, first of all, this is minus 110 in a bunch of places, but FanDuel still has it as of today, this afternoon at 5 o'clock. They still have it at plus 112. So you're getting plus money on over 7.5 rushing touchdowns. This one strictly about the roll. I don't think that he's getting to 1,200 yards rushing, all-purpose yards this year. He's just got to be the guy on the goal line for Houston. And we saw what Woody Marks could not do on the goal line last year. We also know that Woody Marks is a bit of a fragile back. So 8 rushing touchdowns, well within the range of outcomes for David Montgomery. I think he's going to get really consistent goal line work, and that's a really reasonable number for a guy on a pretty good offense, a decent offense, to get 8 touchdowns. So it's not about rushing volume. They're talking about splitting work with Woody Marks and David Montgomery. But realistically, when push comes to shove, who's getting the goal line work? I'm going to put my chips in on David Montgomery. So I'm betting on the roll here rather than trying to project David Montgomery's full season. He's going to get the ball inside the 5-yard line. I feel very strongly about that. So there you go. Over 7.5 rush touchdown.
I mean, the Woody Marks thing is never a threat to his goal line work. Like David Montgomery is, I want to call him an elite goal line running back. He is between good and elite. He is not great, but he is serviceable. Dude's a hard-nosed runner. This is what they brought him in for, right? A reliable option that is going to smash in short yardage, and whether that's on 3rd and 1 on the 40 or whether that's 3rd and 2 on the fucking 2, this is David Montgomery. This defense is going to fucking get them such good field position. That's why I like David Montgomery. And it seems like a boring pick in fantasy and seems like a weird bet to make. 7.5 is pretty high. It's not, the other guys are 10.5, 9.5, like Javante's at 9.5. This is essentially Javante light with 2 less rushing touchdowns. And the guy's got a lot to prove, right? Like was playing second fiddle for good reason to Jahmyr Gibbs, but this is his time. He's still on the back half of his prime. Would you say that?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it didn't feel like he lost
prime, but he's still there.
Gibbs got more work last year, admittedly, but that was more Gibbs' ascension than it was David Montgomery slowing down. He didn't look like he missed a beat on the goal line at all last year.
All right, I got one last one. This is my 6th one. If you guys missed these, just go back in the video afterwards and check these out. And you're going to bet these because we hit these all the fucking time. Justin Herbert, over 3,500 passing yards. He is at 3,700 on a few books. This is FanDuel, 3,500. I bet this one only like 3 or 4 days ago. This is easy money story with McDaniel. McDaniel literally got Tua to lead the league in passing. Tua, who literally can't even fucking start for the Falcons right now. They might start an injured Penix or whatever that rookie bum is over him. This happened with Tua. Yes, Tyreek Hill was there and Jalen Waddle was there. I don't care. Justin Herbert, 6 years in the NFL. He's missed this number once. He's been hurt a fuckload. He was plays with the injuries. He played 13 games the 1 year he missed this number, and he barely missed it. He's averaged 262 yards a game in his career. If you just extrapolate that to a full season every year, that's 4,460 yard pace. That is his career pace. The weapons aren't great, but they're not terrible. You have Trey Harris emerging, like Quentin Johnson's an actual viable option nowadays. And you have multiple tight ends, David Njoku, Gadsden, Lad McConkey, actually playing the slot role now. Dude, this is easy fucking money. 3,500 passing yards with a good offensive line now. Rather, like with what it was last year, it was awful last year, dude. He had bums protecting him. Now he has Slater and Alt back. Like, I know that the middle sucks with the injury to Biotish. I understand that, but they're gonna just transfer over a guard over there and maybe have a little issue in the right guard spot. It is a 9 out of 10 when last year it was probably a 2 out of 10. So regardless, I don't care if those guys get hurt again. He hit the number last year. Bottom line, 3,500 smash.
Yeah, that's interesting. I would have put it, like, if I didn't know the number, I would have guessed that 3,800 would be the number. But I guess it's to do with Harbaugh and the running philosophy there and McDaniel. He did turn Tua into a prolific passer, but he also had seasons where they really wanted to run the ball. So, and also, it's Justin Herbert. So the guy gets dinged up quite a bit and he continues to play, but his efficiency takes a dip. So there's a number of ways that it can go wrong. But like I said, I would have put it at 3,800 to start. I think I'm not a huge fan of where Lad McConkey is being drafted realistically, but I think Quentin Johnston is a value. I think Trey Harris is a value. I think Marion Hampton is appropriately priced. It may be a little overpriced. There's plenty of opportunities. You mentioned it, right? David Njoku, Gadsden. I don't know, man. I don't know that Gadsden is going to be playing much this year.
I'm just saying, he's as a second tight end, the dude's a fucking field stretcher.
No, I get it.
Solid for Herbert.
This is more a comment on, like, the guy had a breakout season and then just completely fell off the radar in the offseason. Fell off the map.
It's just because he's not a good real life NFL player, right? Like he's not a Harbaugh guy because Harbaugh wants his guys to be like hard nose and block. Here's the biggest endorsement I can give you for this bet. I do like Justin Herbert in fantasy. The biggest endorsement I can give you is every year in this segment story, we do 5 players because for multiple reasons. We don't like betting futures because you have to set that money all year long. It's not great because you have to, it's not fantasy football, which we know we always win on. This is injury banked in, all these things. I am funding this whole operation. I don't have a lot of money to allocate towards betting these futures. I already had my 5 in, dude. I bet my 5, like I said, a month ago. And then I saw the Justin Herbert thing. I looked at DraftKings. It was 3,700. I looked at 365. It was 3,675. And then whenever I see that, I'm like, I'm just going to bet the lowest number. If I want to, I could hedge at 3,700 under, right? But like I was like, oh, this is fucking free money. I did some deep diving in the numbers. Such an easy bet. So if I'm telling you, I put my hard-earned money on this shit, and I want to only do 5, and I a lot of times do that's just for the segment because I want to put my money where my mouth is because it's how I operate. This is easy money, dude. 3,500 yards. This might be my favorite one outside of the Brock Bowers one.
Oh, okay, cool, interesting. I mean, I like the first two that you had more. The first one was Brock Bowers, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I had Bowers, McMillan, Laporta, that was minus 130. Brian Thomas, I love. Christian Watson, I do love, but again, like we can't deny the injury history. Like Justin Herbert does get hurt. He doesn't miss games though. Like outside of 1 year, he's played every game.
His efficiency does take a dip in those games where he gets hurt.
And it can, because 3,500 yards is child's play. Like even a Bears quarterback not named Caleb Williams can throw 3,500 yards, right? We got a super. We got Big Ray in here
one of these days.
Before we get to your last one, well, hello, boys. A little throwback to Independence Day. You love Independence Day, right? Storey, great movie.
Hello, boys. I'm back.
Love it. What are your thoughts on Jacobs' feelings on Lloyd? Then, which non-top rookies at running back, wide receiver, tight end for fantasy relevancy as late round redrafts? Who are two favorite under ADP in PPR? So in terms of late guys we love, I got a lot of stuff for you, but let's hold on. Jesus, Connor, $50 holler from Connor.
Banger,
I'm gonna open a t-shirt shop and give you a discount. Well, now I have the money to buy from your fucking Connor with the two biggest. I think actually the first day. Sorry, remember the first day we did this show? I forget who it was. He's not even a member of the community. He was asking us about supers. He dropped us a $50 banger the first day we did the show. Yeah. Like the first day we got monetized. And this is so now Connor is tied to T2, one of my favorite movies of all time. Biggest, and then the $100 banger for Connor. So holy shit, Connor. T-shirt shop. His would be very inappropriate, just like I would make if I had a t-shirt shop, it would be like you're getting canceled if you wear that shirt. I think Connor's the same way, but you know what? Let's get canceled together. Can we do that?
Sure.
All right. Let's answer Big Ray's. Connor, give me a question to answer for that. I know Connor knows a lot about fantasy, so he's not really asking for stuff, but Big Ray is also trying to get the chat going, which I love. Shut up, Big Ray. You know what? Big Ray does a lot on the show. I mean, he's one of the original OGs. He's also a motherfucking doctor, like literally documented doctor. Right there. He couldn't be a doctor without this graphic, right? It says Dr. Ray. Look at see the jacket, Ray? Or sorry, see the jacket? It says Dr. Ray.
And the stethoscope.
That can't be AI. That's not AI. The motherfucker's an actual doctor.
No,
so thank you, Ray.
Replicate that.
No,
he had
way,
a meniscus issue, which totally tanked Derrick Rose's career.
So let's dive through this. What are your thoughts on Jacobs? So we talked about this earlier. You're not as concerned. Give me your give me your actual thoughts. Like, if you had to bet your money, I have the poll question up. How many games is Jacobs missing? Is it none this year?
This year, none. I think they're going to let the legal system or the legal process play itself out, and we'll see something happen in the offseason. Next year, I would wager 4-game suspension. That would be my guess.
He's not going to be in the Packers next year anyway, and his career might be over. And we saw Joe Mixon. I'm just saying he's getting up there.
I mean, yeah, he's getting up there, but it's not like he really took that much of a step back last year. So for me, I'm buying the dip. I think it's going to be a good opportunity to get him in the 4th round, maybe.
Oh yeah, he was already sometimes going in the 4th round. Story. So like this is for me 5th round. I want to bake in. I want to bake in the chance he gets suspended though, dude. I have to a little bit. We have to. We can't be doing this. Like otherwise, we still be drafting Gentry at the 1-2 turn. That doesn't happen. We don't have information there. Well, so he was already a 3-4 turn pick. Yeah. I think the 4-5 turn is super fair.
Yeah. I think he's going to drop into the 4. I mean, dude had 13 touchdowns last year and 15 the year before that. Like he is their running game. I know Marshawn Lloyd has looked really good in camp and in preseason, but the guy's made of glass, and he realistically could be on the IR before Jacobs gets suspended. So, I'm totally fine with where Jacobs is being drafted, and if he drops to the 4th, even better.
So Lloyd, this ties into your comments. I'm thinking of Lloyd from fucking Dumb and Dumber. Lloyd. You know, he was also named Lloyd. I think he was also it was Harry. Sorry. Lloyd is Harry is his character he was in Harry in both movies, in Speed and in Dumb and Dumber. He was Harry.
He was Lloyd. Jeff Daniels was Lloyd in Speed.
No. Lloyd is
Oh, he was Harry.
Yeah, so he was Harry. Jeff Daniels was Harry in both movies, dude.
Pop quiz.
Pretty awesome Harry run. So what your thoughts on Jacobs? Like, you should not be pushing up Lloyd. Like, he is in general an injury risk.
He's an injury risk.
People are drafting him now in the 9th round. Like, we want Mike Washington over Lloyd, right? I gotta grab my notebook here real quick. But we want who do you want, Lloyd, or do you want Mike Washington right now?
Mike Washington, because we know that there is not injury history, but we know there is an injury related to Ash Genti, and they're, regardless if he plays week 1 or not, they're probably going to split carries a little bit, which means that they're a little nervous about how long this could last. I want Ray Davis over him. I want definitely Tank Bigsby. I want Isaiah Pacheco. Trying to think, like, Lloyd could be. He could be. I don't know, dude. He doesn't profile as a bell cow. He wasn't a bell cow. He was highly drafted, right? He was a 2nd round draft pick. I get that, but he was not a bell cow in college, and he has not shown to be real. I mean, he's fine and efficient in short spurts, but I don't know. I'm just not buying this hype.
You remember how much I love Lloyd coming out of college too, and like you weren't on him, and like it. Now the thing is, I'm just kind of off him because of the health thing. I'm taking Washington over him because A, the uncertainty of Genti. B, we've seen Mike Washington. We know about the combine. And I understand preseason doesn't really matter, but we've seen him dominate NFL talent. And say what you will, like, we've seen it on an NFL field. We have yet to see anything from Lloyd on an NFL field. And it's been 3 years, dude. 3 years. How do you not show us anything besides getting hurt?
Poor guy. Evidently, he went to some, I don't know, kinesiologist or whatever, and like fixed what was wrong with him. I guess I don't know. We'll see. Like, fortunately, he's made it through preseason. Knock on wood. We got another week or so. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like, 9th round for a handcuff. I just can't do that.
These dudes are all fishing, and I would definitely give Connor the love because you could have a $50 banger. I should give Ray as well because Ray's a co-host dropping me a $10 banger. Which non-top rookies at running back, wide receiver, tight end, fantasy relevancy as late round redrafts? We're in our late round in our slow drafts. So I think they're fishing. I'm going to give them the information because it's fine. It's what you get from here. I can make it work with other guys. You have any names that pop to your head, off the top of your head, in terms of relevancy that aren't rookies? Because everyone wants to target rookies at that stretch, right? Because it makes sense. But
I think they're asking for rookies, not like the non-top rookies. So no Carnell Tate, no Casey Concepcion, no Love, no Price. I think they're asking for rookies.
What do you have? I have one name that's huge.
Two guys, two wide receivers. Number one, Jacoby Lane. Not as I think he really could have a role on this team, especially with the Bateman injury. And number 2, Denzel Boston. He's getting a lot of love in camp. And I know that Concepcion's the hot name, but Denzel Boston could easily be the starting outside wide receiver for this team, especially you saw they released Cedric Tillman?
Yeah, I always love Cedric Tillman too. Gross. Damn it. No, Boston's going to be on the field a lot. The answer is Chris Bell, guys. Chris Bell. I have him a lot. I went back on my 10 drafted in Fantrax or 18 round 12 team leagues. I also took him in the Thrones League, mostly because I want to just take him and throw him in my IR slot. He might not even be eligible for the IR slot, Story. Motherfucker might play in the preseason game. Chris Bell. We love Chris Bell out of Louisville. We both loved him, right?
Yeah, no, I do. He would not have been that lowly drafted if he was fully healthy coming out.
Has there ever been in the history of the world a worse wide receiver core than what they have in Miami right now?
I'm sure somewhere at some point.
Maybe. I don't think so, dude. I mean, we talk about how bad the Raiders wide receiver core is right now with Trey Tucker and Naylor, who they paid, and Dante Thornton. This is worse. I promise you this is worse. I kind of like Jalen Tolbert. Are you a Caleb Douglas guy?
Yeah, he doesn't blow my skirt up.
And then the starting tight end is Greg Dulcich. Dude, just think about what we're saying right now. And okay, A-Chain is the offense. I understand that, but also Devin A-Chain's 190 pounds. Like, if he gets hurt and Chris Bell's healthy, like Chris Bell is a must start in fantasy in a deep league. He's a top fucking 40 guy for sure.
I mean,
he's a monster,
you're not
dude.
starting week 1. Like,
no, I'm talking about down the road. Like, there's a chance that like he's a must start in fantasy because he's the only show in town. They use him in the Debo role. He is a fucking great player. He's a great prospect. How about that?
Yeah, but Jeff Hafley, he's going to slow play him regardless. They're not going to put him full. He's not going to be an 80% route share guy right out of the gate.
No, but we're drafting him in the last round. Give me week 7, bro. But the point is, he's not coming back week 7. He might come back week 3. He might come back week 1. This is the definition of a last round pick you want. We don't want to buy into Miami's offense too much, but the dude was a second round pick in the NFL draft with an ACL. Where would he have gone if he didn't tear his ACL? Probably back end of the first round, early second.
Early second.
This is the player he is. This is the player he is on a team that has zero talents. Like Coleman and Caleb Douglas, they're fine little players, but they're not really in this team's future. They drafted this kid for a reason. And I actually was saying a couple months ago, I thought he would be redshirted this year because why would they bring him back? But apparently he might play in the preseason. Like he's going to play. And this is the guy we want. He is great with Yak. He can go downfield. I love Chris Bell, man. I picked him up in like 7 different leagues. I can't believe he wasn't drafted. I feel like he has an actual chance to be a wide receiver 3 in fantasy.
Maybe. Yeah. I just don't know when that's going to be. You know, he could be sitting on your bench for 6 weeks, realistically.
Maybe. Who knows? Yeah. I mean, that's all these guys are going to be dropped anyway, so this is the option. Connor, best handcuffed tight end / quarterback. In a super flex, Taylon Green has some appeal.
Did you see what he went for yesterday?
No, I didn't see any of that. I'm just saying,
65 yards rushing on
really?
7 carries or something stupid. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That's in general. Quarterbacks are tough for handcuffs. I don't have anything in my notes, but besides him, is there anyone else that comes to mind? I mean, Carson Beck is probably the option because his fantasy playoff schedule. Let me read you this. I read this all the time, but the Cardinals' fantasy playoff schedule it goes as such: Jets, Saints, Raiders. That is the Cardinals' fantasy playoff schedule. Jets, Saints, Raiders. Yeah, I'm on board there. So that's an option. That's the only thing I think of for quarterback. Tight end, though, we mentioned our boy Michael Mayer. That is actually the answer. But is there another answer for you that comes to mind? I mean, so you have some of the obscure rooms of Njoku and Gadsden. That's an easy answer. Anyone else that comes to mind for you?
Yeah, there was, but he's injured. I don't know what the status is, but Marcus Mariota has been a pretty good fill-in when Jaden Daniels has been.
Yeah, yep.
Hurt. But I saw he was injured the other day. I don't know what his status is.
What about tight ends though? Because what about your boy in New York there? What about New York?
Theo Johnson's hurt. I'm not touching him anymore.
Okay.
But there is Charlie Kolar on Los Angeles. That's a name that you should be paying attention to because Aranda Gadsden has been relegated to basically the second team. David Njoku feels like he's over the hill. If there's somebody that could step up, I mean, Charlie Kolar was behind not just Mark Andrews, but Isaiah Likely in Buffalo, highly drafted, spent, a lot of really great seasons there. I think that is a name. I don't even know that I would call him a handcuff, but definitely a guy that if you're in a 2 tight end or a tight end premium league, that's somebody that you should have on your radar.
Yeah, I mean, we're in these really deep leagues, so this is the information we need to know. Cole Kmet is also an option, right? Cole Kmet is
an option. I mean, do you think there's more opportunity for Sam Roush if Loveland gets hurt?
No, it's Cole Kmet. Sam Roush would be relevant, but Cole Kmet would be the starter. I mean, Cole Kmet's good. He's the one that caught that fucking that touchdown against the Rams. Like, Cole Kmet's been good in fantasy. The Justin Fields year, didn't Kmet have like 9 touchdowns? Like, Cole Kmet's good. He's a good blocker. He has bad hands, but like he's trusted.
Yeah. No, that's true.
All right. You know what? I'm kind of giving up money here by giving these takes because we're in the leagues together, but you guys are giving me money. So also, I'm not going to be an asshole and be like, take a guy that sucks. Like, no, hell no.
You know what?
I'm up before you guys. So.
There's another guy, Buffalo, Dawson Knox.
Yeah, Dawson Knox.
They love throwing to Dawson Knox in the red zone. He's caught many a touchdown from Josh Allen.
Josh Hibner from Baltimore. You also have Cuevas there. But like Mark Andrews has been hurt, that's a very valuable role.
I'd rather take a shot on Josh Cuevas.
No, it's Hibner. It's Hibner. Jonathan's just jerking his little soft wiener right now because he has a surgery and he can't get hard. But if he could get hard, he would say Hibner for sure. Big Ray, there's a video of Jacobs doing this. How can the NFL do nothing? I totally understand due process and whatnot. If it's anything close to Ray Rice, hashtag Jacob jail. And he's not talking about Jacobs in jail for real life, but Jacobs jail for NFL. That's a good call, Ray. That's the point. The NFL overreact. They underreact. They try to shove everything out under the rug. But when there's video evidence and people can see it, they're like, oh, we must act. That is why there's a chance that Josh Jacobs getting suspended this year. I think you're underreacting. Maybe my poll question was overreacting, but there's a chance, dude. Don't say there's not a chance, Story.
I could be underreacting. I get that. I'm just saying, like, if this, you've seen the Ray Rice video, right? The elevator video, like, he hold cocks that woman.
Yeah.
And that
was insane. That was insane.
If it was 10% of that, Jacobs would be in jail on a felony charge. They wouldn't have it busted down to a misdemeanor battery charge. So I understand this video, but if it's just a video of them yelling and him maybe punching the wall, I don't know. Listen, we're speculating. We're fully speculating. I just think that in my experience, if there's a video, like the prosecutors and cops are all overzealous, they're all out to get somebody, especially here's a prosecutor. He can make his hay by getting after a big name, right? A Josh Jacobs. Let me get his celebrity. We're going to get him. Get him on we'll trump up all these charges, but they bust it down to 2 misdemeanor charges. Come on. Like, if there was a video showing him, hitting his head in a woman or hitting this woman in the head, I think that we would be seeing a lot more.
I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this. Not better video or more entertaining video, but Ray Rice versus Joe Mixon. I want to say, here's the thing is, Ray Rice, that was his spouse. But she kind of did like come at him a little bit, but that's his spouse. The Joe Mixon thing, she did spit in his face and call him a slur. So like, I'm not defending Joe Mixon in this situation, but like when you spit in a man's face and you call him a word that is just, not a good word to call a human being, I'm not saying you deserve it. I'm saying like, I understand why a college kid,
your priorities in life.
Like, she didn't deserve it, but dude, she needs to be better. Like, don't do that shit. Don't do that shit. Now, Ray Rice's wife, he was probably being an idiot. So like, I'm not saying I think that Ray Rice's wife was more innocent, if that makes sense, right?
I mean, nobody's innocent in these situations, but she probably deserved it.
Don't lay your hands on someone without getting hit, and that's the whole. There's a whole discussion of like women are equal, but then you can't do this.
Don't put your hands on anybody. Period. That's
what you should do? Just restrain them. Just restrain them and nothing happens. You're 230 pounds.
Don't touch anybody, period.
You don't want to be touched because you hate being touched.
I also don't want to get punched in the face by Ray Rice.
That's a double whammy. But Story, you gotta tell him everything. You don't want to be touched. You hate contact.
Good, tell me everything.
Okay, they were both here. They were both inside me. Eduardo was in my mouth and Luther was in my butt.
Oh my God, no, don't tell me everything. What? No, what?
Damn it, Bonnie.
Eduardo who?
Sanchez.
Holy shit, tell us more.
Then Luther went in Eduardo's butt for a while.
Tell us less. Tell us less.
Then they both completed on each other. I was left out of the finale.
All right, we got DB in here. Shout out DB. I'm helping out with this draft tomorrow. 10-man full PPR, 9th pick. What's the best draft strategy to start with? Cook with Chase Brown or wide receiver and running back? Running back and Bowers. So in a 10-man, I always want to push up the tight end and onesies a little bit more because you can make it up the later rounds, right? Like there's going to be good receivers and running backs available. But Brock Bowers at pick 12 seems a little aggressive.
10-man, 9th pick, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, that does seem a little aggressive. It's still a tight end. I would probably, at that point, I think I would pass on Brock Bowers and really shore up those top 2 running backs. Give yourself an advantage over the field.
So CeeDee Lamb's a great option just because he's the last of the Mohicans. Obviously, JT Falls do that.
In a 10-team league, I'm much more comfortable going running back. Because running back talent really feels like it falls off a cliff, and there's a lot of guys at wide receiver in rounds 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Christian Watson,
Ted McMillan, Luther Burden, Roma Dunze, guys that you can just, you get starting wide receivers, and you're going to be lapping the field with 2 running backs.
Yeah, I think that I'm helping in this draft. I'm so high on Bowers. I do push him up in a 10-man. For me, pushing up in the 10-man's like pick 15 or 14. That makes sense. Like over Hampton. And I know you're not really a Chase Brown fan. For me, it's like if you can get James Cook, if you can get Saquon Barkley, if you can get Kenneth Walker, like we love those players in PPR. Yeah. And then we smash. There's a chance Bowers falls back to the 309. There is a chance. That is literally, I mean, probably not, but who knows? So we're going to talk DB. I'm going to hit you up tomorrow and we're going to talk some strategy. I think the best strategy is to let the board fall to us. We can put our heads together and make the best team. Shout out DB. We love DB in here. Jonathan E, I have Bowers now. If Hibner hits, I'm selling. Selling Bowers, I think he's saying. He's going to keep Hibner. How do you feel about that?
Bowers keep Hibner. Interesting. I think
he loves Hibner, dude.
I think it's going to take a lot for Hibner to be fantasy relevant this year, but maybe.
Well, it's an injury. It's an injury. It's not. He's not going to hit without an injury to Mark Andrews. I mean, we all know this.
True.
All right, let's get to your last name here. That was a nice little sidebar. Appreciate you, Connor.
We didn't finish. Oh, okay.
Connor, Ray, you guys are awesome. We have your last one, and this is a gross one because you hate this player. I believe I said I like Jordan Mason, and you were saying you were poo-pooing my Jordan Mason love. I have 0 shares of Jordan Mason in redraft so far. I play a lot of PPR, and I just, I either have my running back starter, or I'm hammering like Blake Corum ahead of him, and then the handcuffs. But Jordan Mason's a guy that could just become great in this offense, and also Aaron Jones can't stay fucking healthy ever.
Well, that's what this bet is on. I don't think he can be great in this offense. And so it's Jordan Mason over 4.5 rushing touchdowns. Now, this one's a little expensive. The best I could find it was at Caesars at -130. But I think that he's in a very similar range of 7 to 8 touchdowns like David Montgomery. This is, he had 6 touchdowns last year, 6 rushing touchdowns last year. And they gave him very meaningful red zone work last year. All 6 of his rushing touchdowns came inside the opponent's 20-yard line. So, he doesn't really have long speed. He doesn't have burst, but he's a powerful back that they're going to give the ball inside the 20, the 10. So this is what I want to see from a touchdown prop bet. And it's only 4.5, which is beautiful. You don't need him to become a double-digit touchdown back. You just need 5 touchdowns. They've got other backs. I get it. But Claiborne is a pass catcher, and Aaron Jones is definitely on the wrong side of the age curve. His role is diminishing. So as long as Mason doesn't have to be great, he doesn't have to be good or even usable for fantasy, but as long as he maintains that goal line work, I think that number is too low and he could easily eclipse it. So touchdown monster, definitely not. But if he just keeps the job that he had last year, I think he will go over this number.
Yeah, and even if Aaron Jones stays healthy, but this offense takes a leap with Kyler, like he'll hit it then. There's a lot of ways this hits. The only way it misses if it's a JJ McCarthy situation again and he gets hurt. Like literally that's the only way, because Mason's only real value is yards and touchdowns. It's not receptions. And Kevin O'Connell has not really produced a lot of fantasy relevant running backs. That's mostly because he doesn't get them involved in the passing game. And that's the recipe for a great fantasy running back. And this is not what this bet is. It's just five times as fatty falls in the end zone. You know
what I mean? All it is. Yeah, I mean, you want to be reductive. That's all it is. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, all right. That's the group. We had a little like 30-minute sidebar, 20-minute sidebar from our 11th to 12th. Is what we do around here. Big sploosh. Addison over 650 free cheese. Is it really 650 for Jordan Addison?
Seems a little high, doesn't it?
High? It seems low as shit. What are you talking about? Jordan Addison 650?
I don't know. What did he do last year?
Well, last year you got to be thrown out. That's why I love Hawkinson. Yeah. Fuck out of here. Now, when you compare that to Brian Thomas at 700, now it makes sense.
Yeah.
Seems like free cheese, dude, from Sploose. That is free cheese, I think.
Free cheddar. You want to hear my long shot? No, it's not even a long shot.
Get your long shots. I didn't put graphics in. Give your long shots.
MVP. So I got MVP and Offensive Rookie of the Year. My MVP long shot.
I'm grabbing a beer. Go ahead.
Yeah, but Jared Goff plus 4,000 at Hard Rock. So this is 3,500 everywhere. It's plus 2,500 on Circa. Get the hell out of here, Circa. It's 4,000 on Hard Rock. If you can get it there, I really like it. I mean, the resume, we know what it is. He threw for 34 touchdowns, 4,500 yards, and only 8 interceptions last year. He was second in the league in passing touchdown. So it's just MVP is so heavily dependent on team success plus quarterback production plus a narrative. So if they win, 13 games and he puts up 4,700 yards and 40 touchdowns, single-digit interceptions, he's definitely in the MVP conversation. the risk is there's no rushing production whatsoever, but he just needs to be statistically better than the other quarterbacks in terms of, like, Matthew Stafford got here last year on touchdowns alone. Jared Goff could do that.
Nice. You had one other one, right?
Oh, yeah. It's Jacoby Lane at plus 2,200. So the offensive rookies of the year bets are, there's not a ton of value, but this is a bet on Baltimore. So I'm just targeting this offense for a rookie receiver award. So if he earns a significant role, he's going to have access to a lot of high-value opportunities. And I think that role has opened up with this Rashad Bateman injury. So he's not the most likely rookie to win the award. Obviously, even Jordan Tyson has better odds than he does. But if we have a scenario where Tyson comes back and he's not himself because of that injury, Mekhi Lemon, who missed a ton of time in camp, doesn't produce. Casey Concepcion is on a terrible offense and just can't overcome it. Same thing with Carnell Tate. If we are in a situation where these favorites don't separate themselves, then Lane could have a statistical season that could just push him into the conversation. Suddenly, you're looking at a rookie that's going to get national. We've been looking at a rookie that's been getting national attention. If it carries over, 80 receptions, 1,000 yards, and 9 touchdowns, I think that would put him in the discussion. And if they win 12 games and they win the division, now you've got an award narrative. So I don't think he's better than Carnell Tate. I don't think he's better than Casey Concepcion. But at 22-1, I'll take the odds.
All right, Silent, what's going on, man? Hey, Rob, if Parker Washington goes off, do I buy a jersey? I mean, if anyone wants to buy me one, I'll wear it every single night. Actually, I won't because I have all these awesome Temu shirts coming. I mean, he's not going to go off.
For $20 or more coming.
He's not going to go off. It's just not going to happen because his ADP is too fucking high. What does that mean? He's going to have 1,200 yards and 9 touchdowns? Good fucking luck, bro. Story, it's to you. Good fucking luck.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. That's so nice of you to wish us luck on this.
Yeah, I am. Hulk smash. Pickens 1,400 yards last year. Yes, he did. Monty Ball. Chargers drafted a center in the second round. Pick 63 out of Florida, Jake Slaughter.
Yeah, I know. Well,
they were already planning on moving him to guard, though.
He was.
He's going to play
going to be guard. He at the start of camp. He had fully transitioned to guard. He was going to be the starting guard this year. So he has been taking reps at center, and he will likely start week 1 in center. The problem is he's not up to speed. Like we saw in the preseason game versus San Francisco, he's not up to speed. He played 9 snaps, and then he was out. Like the first team played a lot more than that. And like the best thing that the team has come out and said is that he's really inquisitive. Okay, I don't really know what to make of that. So yes, he's not a full project, but he's not a starting. He's not ready. He could develop into that. I don't think he's ready to be a starting center in the NFL.
Story's point is if it was Ray Rice's level, it would be a felony, right? Like
yeah,
it's not. That's
listen,
the point.
If he punched her in the box, then you're gonna get a felony, right? Like I can't imagine them busting this down all the way down to misdemeanor battery, which is still, it's still a charge. But misdemeanor battery, when they had originally talked about felonies, I'm guessing they watched the video like, we don't have a lot here. Let's just charge him with this, and then he'll plea out and he'll get probation.
Chris Bell played tonight. Thank you, Blake. 2 catches, 22 yards, bro. Wow. Chris Bell's my dude, man. I have him lightly in best ball because I don't want to lose I don't draft a lot of Malik Willis, and when I do, I don't want to lose the early season stuff. But dude, Chris Bell is playing week 3. He might play week 1, dude. I have so much Chris Bell right now. I am so in the for free agents or 18th round. Let's fucking go, dude. Chris Bell and Alec Pierce are guys I've been fucking smashing. Yeah, I've been smashing guys. No surprise for you guys. This is money, dude. I love the players. I love the situation for Alec Pierce, the contract alone. And then Chris Bell, the runway. There's never been a bigger runway. It's like there's a Family Guy cutaway with the girl with like the guy from like the airport, like the runway with the cones, and the chick's got her legs spread open. That is Chris Bell's runway. That is Chris Bell's runway this year. It's never been better in my life.
Every opportunity, and realistically, the price doesn't kill you, right?
So happy, bro. So much goddamn money.
I mean,
that is the guy you want to draft.
Let's save the dancing until he's actually on the field in a regular season game.
Yeah, but people are drafting Jacoby Myers in round 11. I want Chris Bell over Jacoby Myers, like literally, because what does Jacoby Myers offer me? Wide receiver 4 production. That's cool.
There's some contingent upside if one of Brian Thomas or Parker Washington gets injured.
Yeah, some contingent upside if. Like, do you hear what you just said there?
Yeah,
like,
and there's
Chris
some
Bell can force the
Chris Bell
fucking
can return
hand.
to form after an ACL tear.
I'm not worried about that. He's already back to form. He had 2 for 22. You didn't hear that?
I heard it.
Oh, you're gonna poo-poo 2 for 22?
I'm not poo-pooing anything. I'm happy for the kid. I'm just saying there's a lot of ifs for him to be fantasy relevant in 2026.
No. Don't be a clown. Yes. Don't be a clown.
I don't know who Bozo is. What is he, a clown?
Is he a clown? What, are you kidding me?
Or what is he?
Yes, he's a clown.
All right, so what's the big deal? There's millions of clowns.
All right, just forget it.
Forget me? You should forget it. You're living in the past, man. You hung up on some clown from the 60s, man.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah, I missed a lot of stuff tonight. I was jamming with my buddy. I'm back to fucking music. Guys, you've been digging the tunes and the fucking best ball drop. We have a whole new batch of tunes with great sound quality. Holy shit. Once we get a bass player back, if we don't, we have the technology to have my guitar player just play bass over the tracks. It's going to be epic. Let's get back to the comments. We got to catch up here and get Storey out of here before I pound some best ball here. What I don't get is the Rams releasing Tutu and then trading for him makes no sense. What is that about? Like,
I don't know.
I love the real quick. Remember how you mentioned Jarquez Hunter for a threat to Blake Corum? I told you he's no fucking threat. He is now off the team. Blake Corum to the goddamn moon. And actually, Jarquez Hunter could be the handcuff in Miami, right? They traded for him.
It would probably be a nasty committee of Wright, Gordon, and Jarquez Hunter. That's what I think.
I don't want to hear that. I'm buying into a lot of Miami players right now, dude. I got to stop doing this shit.
Yeah, you probably should scale
Greg
back.
Dulcich, Chris Bell.
Listen, I'm on the Greg Dulcich train. I get that one. The rest of it, I'm a little, I'm trying to temper my expectations.
He's nothing compared to my guy Hawkinson. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. It's not a reach, though, Jonathan. I think I already have him in the Superflex draft. Round 15 is fair for Chris Bell, right? No?
Yeah,
15?
It's totally fine. 15, 16, somewhere in that range. I don't know if he's going to get – there's not enough time for his ADP to climb much more than that, right?
I still believe in Richardson as well, not for NFL purposes, but for fantasy purposes if he gets a chance. Anthony Richardson is a top 10 fantasy quarterback, however way you want to shake it down, because he's huge, he's got a big arm, and he runs touchdowns in. That's what he does. That's all he does. And he'll probably keep the job 3 weeks, and then he'll get benched or injure himself in a fucking weird freak incident, right?
Yeah, probably. Is his orbital bone fully healed? I think so, right? Because he was playing.
Well, that was a year later. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, a lot of people saying Dawson Knox. Realistically, how often is Loveland putting his hand in the dirt? Loveland's an underrated blocker, man. He's good.
A little bit. I mean,
it's all he did at Michigan.
I was going to say, go back and watch the film at Michigan. He spent a lot of time with his hand in the dirt. He's a fine inline. He's a fine outside blocker too. So I don't know. I mean, that's why they drafted Sam Roush, and they also have what's his name there, Cole Kmet.
Ray's not worried about the Bears, as you shouldn't be. Ray's so high in the Bears that Josh Jacobs doesn't really affect the team. You know what affects his team? It's Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons' debut and him being back to full strength, that is like the biggest player for the Packers right now, because without Micah Parsons, this defense is average at best, right?
Yeah, I mean, probably right middle of the road. God, there's rumors that he might not play till December at this point.
That's why I take Matthew Golden everywhere in best ball, and I take my boy Watson like a round early sometimes. Josh Jacobs slammed her to the floor and kicked her on a garage floor, allegedly.
Allegedly.
I'm just saying, and then just walked away. This seems like a Ray Rice incident.
I mean, okay.
I'm just telling you.
I'm just letting the legal system play itself out. You know what? If my third round pick gets suspended for a couple of games, 4 games, it is what it is. You got to adjust.
Yeah, and you also are not Ray Rice owner. Yeah, you're a Ray Rice. You drafted Ray Rice in Nick O's league. You did. You drafted Jacobs, but
yeah.
I'm pretty happy with my selection of Javonte Williams at the 309 in a half PPR, half point per first down league. It's pretty badass, bro.
We get a half point per first down in that league?
You don't read the settings when you join a league? It was the same as last year.
I don't know.
What the hell are you doing?
I don't know what we're doing over there.
I do. Caleb Williams plus or minus 4,000 yards. Got to be over. Yeah, it's silly. That's why running backs go so high. It makes sense. Because running backs have a potential to get like 7 first downs in a game without even doing much. And wide receiver is going to smash in that situation. Caleb Williams plus or minus 4,000 yards. I'm taking the over. Even though what is the line? Guys, what is the line? Someone tell us what the line is at Caleb. I'm guessing we said Herbert was 3,500. Most books had it 3,700. I'm guessing Caleb's at like 3,800. I'm smashing that over though, right?
I'm looking up the scoring setting here. Half point per first.
I already told you what it is, man. You think I go to a draft without knowing the scoring settings?
Yeah, but I'm looking up the rest of it.
Fanatic. I'm a professional.
Looking up the rest of it. So passing first downs are half a point. Receiving first downs.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Rushing first downs are half a point. Touchdown, block kick.
I took Drake May. Yeah, I took Drake May. Let's go. So, anyways, Caleb Williams over 4,000 yards. You could do this in your own time. I have you for now.
15 yards per point on return yards.
Yeah, I told you this. And that's why you have Shaheed. It's gonna die. He's gonna fucking wreck.
Under. I would guess it's him. I would guess it's sitting at 3,700.
Oh no, yeah, but would you bet? You'd bet the.
No, I'd take the under.
I think he's gonna have 4,000 yards.
I would bet. Yeah. If I told you that every December it snowed in Antarctica for the last 109 years, how much would you bet that it snowed this year?
But Ben Johnson's there, motherfucker.
I'm just saying, it's been 109 years. The Bears have not had a...
I got a clip for Mike Storey talking about the Bears and their offense.
Yeah, Dad. You need some of this.
This is cum.
Seems about right.
Ray's head is exploding right now, by the way. You exploded Ray's head. It's literally just gone. Ray's never coming on the show again. He's dead. You killed him. You killed Ray. Thanks. Just killed him. Damn it. Bateman doesn't really have an injury, I don't think. It's an assault charge that seems minor. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, what's the injury? A groin, a hamstring?
No, is it? No, I'm. Is it? I thought he was injured.
I'm not on the lane train. Stories in the lane train.
I'm just giving you a long shot offensive rookie of the year bet. I'm not really on the lane train per se.
Well, it is a nice bet, but yeah, you're on the lane train.
I'm not on the lane train. What the hell?
You're on the lane train. You just said it.
Besides the one bet that I gave tonight makes you think that I'm on the lane train.
Will you make the bet, Story?
Me? I already made the bet. It was at 2,200. I don't think it's going to stay there.
You're on the fucking lane train, bro.
That's not the lane
fucking lane train.
Listen,
it's the lane train, yeah.
Do you think I'm on the Jordan Mason train?
Yeah, you just made the bet. You're on the train.
Okay. So anytime you bet on a player, you're on the train.
I still believe in Bateman personally. He is the number 2 there, and I'm a Surratt guy. That's the other option. So I'm not on the lane train like Mike's Story. That's a bad train.
Allegation arrest. Rashad Bateman was arrested. Assault allegation. Pushed her against the wall.
Ray Rice would have hit the body. He was dragging her before she came to shake my head. Yeah. Ray Rice, what a messy situation. You know what? He has not played it down since in the NFL. So Richardson, a top 20 tight end next year after he signs with the Broncos.
And the Joker role.
The actual first official Joker. Love to hear that about Loveland, though. I like asking local people about the team. They typically know more about the national media. I mean, the thing is, me and Story you're actually more of a Bears hater than I am. You actually despise the fucking Bears. Like I'm more level-headed
for 20 years. I have a right to be.
Don't be biased, though.
I'm not biased. I'm realistic.
Here's how I'll break it down. Ray is up here. Not saying Ray doesn't know ball. Ray is up here with his Bears love. I am right here. I'm in the middle. I'm pretty fair. They're like any other franchise. You are down here, dude. You're a bias the other way. You fucking hate the Bears.
I will pull out 17 Bears paraphernalia from the closet over there to show you that I'm a Bears fan. But I'm not going to glaze the McCaskey's
No, dude.
balls.
No. Glazing is one thing. You are hating. You are burying this team.
No, I'm realistic. The franchise needs to be sold. The McCaskies have run this franchise into the ground where they're prioritizing
that doesn't mean they can't be good. I mean, the thing is, I have two co-hosts, my main two co-hosts, Storey and Ray. You guys are so on opposite sides of the spectrums. We're all in Chicago, and I'm just in the middle like, oh, man. Like, I like them. I love Caleb. He has surprised the fuck out of me. The dude's a baller. We were wrong on Loveland. We admit that we're wrong on Loveland. We're wrong on Loveland.
I will fully admit I was wrong on Colson Loveland.
Thank you.
But I mean, big fan of Roma Dunze. I really liked what we saw from Luther Burden last year. I think he's being overdrafted a little bit this year. But Caleb Williams has yet to do it, man. So what? So he put together an okay season. He's still a 55 career percent completion percentage.
Caleb is at 35.75. Smash that over. Big question from Cruz here. I got you, man. One of my home leagues is doing 1 point per passing first down, receiving and rushing first down. You take a quarterback in the first fucking round. Jared Goff should literally be like, you want to take pocket passers. So not in the first round, but like take pocket passers.
How many first downs do you think are in a usual NFL game? And of that, what percentage goes to the quarterback?
Oh, I want to say 25-ish.
Yeah.
But it depends on the offense. Like, dude, Jared Goff, you want to fade the rushing quarterback because they get the rushing first down, but like that's not as valuable because like passing will always be there. So I would say this. I would go quarterback way earlier than you should, and then running back heavy because a bad receiver game is like 4 for 40, and there's a chance that 2 of those aren't first downs. A bad running back game from like a guy that's a pillar is like 17 for 60. He might get 4 first downs in those 17 carries.
Yeah, you've got to push wide receivers and tight ends way down.
Way fucking down. So it's quarterback, it's pocket quarterbacks, pocket passers, and then it's like you got to almost push down the receiving backs, right? Like you want the bangers, Javonte Williams, Derrick Henry. Holy fuck,
Derrick Henry, man.
Like Derrick Henry should be the first overall. I mean, take Gibbs and Bijan, and then Derrick Henry third overall. Like honestly, third overall. JT should be up there. Like Chase Brown needs to be brought down in the rankings because he's going to be a guy that's going to get some work and a lot of work. But like the first
Saquon should be up there.
Saquon, yeah, that's a wild. Cruz, DM me, man. We'll work this out. Let's work this out in the Discord. Cruz is a long-standing member of the community that deserves my official touch and my effort on this one. So I want to help you out, buddy. That's blows my mind. And you know what? I'm actually for it because the smarter fantasy player you are, the better you are at weird settings, right? Like the average idiot cannot adjust the settings. That's the point. And some people don't look at the settings before they draft. I'm not calling you the average idiot story. Like, look at the settings before you draft.
So many settings in that league. There's like 1 million settings in that league. I can't be.
I have 40 weeks. I looked at the settings. What's the difference?
Know all the settings for every.
It's really unfair. It's my team. It's my quarterback. And if you guys do that, man, it's unfair. We lost as a team.
Crocodile tears.
I'm sorry, Storey. I've been hard on you this show.
Been rough.
You know what? You know what's not hard on you? The bottom line is that the reason you're the main guy is because you're the main guy. Because I fucking love you and respect the shit out of you. When I have a chance, though, when you give me a little bit of a leeway, I take a mile. I'm like, I gotta talk some shit. That's the way it goes. Sorry. I hope you do the same to me. Do the same to me.
Birthday weekend, but apparently not. Apparently, we're in this for the long haul.
Do it to me too. When I'm an idiot, please tell me. I mean, I'm an idiot all the time, so I guess it's too much stuff to say. But please give it back to me. I can handle it.
Sure.
Thanks. I think you do. With your Parker Washington thing, you do that all the time.
We'll see. We will see.
Thoughts on Skylar Bell per bandit. So Connor essentially, we was going to get to his comment. I'm still a little bit like up in there. Connor is such a great guy. He drops a $50 banger, drops a $5 banger when I said ask a question. I didn't tell him to super me the question. Now he's giving me a super for Bandit Jay's comment. Connor, goat. We are the highest on Skylar Bell ever, at least post draft and pre-draft. Pre-draft. I had him at number 9. I think you had him at number like 11. We were way high. He was like number 18 consensus. Very high on Skylar Bell.
That's before the DJ Moore trade, obviously. But strong preseason.
No, I'm talking about as a prospect. You had him very high as a prospect. We both did.
No, I did. Strong strong preseason showing, scored a touchdown. I just don't know. But this is that offense where everybody eats. Right. So how much realistically with Khalil Shakir, Keon Coleman still there? We fully expect what's his name? The tight end, Dalton Kincaid, to have a better season. I'm just not so sure there's enough meat on the bone for Skylar Bell to be relevant year one.
No, but the nice thing is that Keon Coleman is the 3, and he's already on thin ice. So like Skylar Bell can actually outplay him and earn that role. I am at like 15% on Keon Coleman in best ball, and I'm not proud of it. But best ball, I'm playing underdog typically. It's half PPR.
Man, that's ballsy. Like,
well, it's the last round pick, dude. Like,
you can't be taking zeros in best ball. The dude could be a game day inactive.
No, I want zeros. I want the 2 touchdown games we've seen from Keon Coleman, and I think he could establish himself as a 3. Skylar Bell, and that's with knowing that I'm the biggest Skylar Bell fan. I just personally think Skylar Bell is next year's thing, right?
If you like Skylar Bell, at least he's healthy again, right? He was out of camp for a good chunk of change with, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, a groin injury. I know he didn't play the first 2 preseason games, so at least he's healthy. But that also means that he missed a large part of getting up to speed in an NFL offense. So there you go.
Kind of weird guys, but I love them both. But it is a little bit weird.
I do not like Ben Johnson as a person. I think he is a baby back bitch. Anytime the Bears lose, he goes up to the podium, the lectern, and he gets all sullen and sulky. He loves poking with the media when they're winning and everything's going well, but when they lose, he's all blah blah blah. He's the guy that when you play Risk, when he's winning, he's all gloating, and then when it starts losing, he flips the board. That's Ben Johnson to me.
You know what really grinds my gears? This Lindsay Lohan. Eh? Lindsay Lohan with all those little outfits, jumping around there on stage, half naked with your little outfits. You're up there jumping around, and I'm just sitting here with my beer. So, what am I supposed to do? What do you want? Are we going to go out? Is that what you're trying to... Why are you leaping around there, throwing those things all up over there in my face? Huh? What do you want, Lindsay? Tell me what you want!
2 in one night.
What did I say, Cruz? I don't think I said anything too crazy. I've been on my best behavior in terms of having the YouTube community guideline warning. I think I've been pretty good. I've been attacking Storey quite a bit. That's for sure. Storey could cancel me, but YouTube can't. Today's Shakespeare. Let's see what we have. Storey needs a tea refill. You do need you drink a tea, man?
It was.
Get some more. No, we're actually getting Storey out of here soon. I have 8 minutes behind the convo here, so I'll get it going. Lane Train Storey, new nickname. You're on the Lane Train, bro.
Lane Train.
ESPN alert I just got right now, which is kind of trash, but Matt LaFleur fully anticipates Josh Jacobs to be part of the team.
Thank you.
What does that mean, though? I mean, what does that mean? Part of the team can be suspended too. You're still part of the team if you're suspended.
Yeah, but it's a criminal complaint, right? It's a criminal complaint that necessitated 2 misdemeanor charges. It's nothing more than a written, formal accusation against the defendant alleging the commission of a criminal offense and does not raise any inference of guilt. Mr. Jacobs is presumed innocent of these charges. That is a direct quotation. So all relax, okay? Let's see the video.
Don't make me play a third clip Story.
Fine.
Ben Johnson hater, what the fuck? McCaskey's bro, what the fuck? They have spent on the team coaches like never before. Okay. It's better now than it's ever been. That's for sure. Ben
Johnson hater. I mean, where have you been the last 2 years?
As a coach, you like him though, right?
He's fine. I think he's overrated, but he's fine.
Hold on, though. If you say a coach is fine, that means like he's a 10 because you hate coaches. So
I
like,
think he's overrated. I think he's one of those guys that thinks
of
he's
course you
smarter
do.
than
You hate coaches. It doesn't mean you don't like the guy.
All right, well, let's see how he does now that they've got a first place schedule and the team and everybody's gunning for them. Also, Caleb Williams, can you stop taking pictures in weird poses? That was one of the most disturbing things I saw this week.
I'm on board for it. You know what I got to do? I'm going to do some tier maker stuff in the off season just to have some great conversations. We're going to do a coaches tier maker with me, you, and Ray. And we'll have two separate ones, Stories tier maker, and everyone's going to be on the shit list. Oh, you're already doing it.
Tier, and they all suck.
No, I'm not going to tell you it's a tier maker episode for coaches. I'm just going to have you on. You're going to think it's some random other show, and then you're going to be here. And you're not going to quit because you're Mike Story that's involved in this channel, and we're going to make you grade these coaches. It's going to be fucking great theater. I can't wait. Can't wait.
I don't want
Bart Scott. Can't wait.
I don't want
Do you believe in the Madden curse story?
No. Coincidence.
You don't believe in curses?
Nothing more than coincidence. I don't believe in curses. I don't believe in ghosts either. I think my wife does, but whatever.
I have a couple ghost stories I can't get into, but Jay, sorry I missed your comment. Skylar Bell has had a very impressive. I apologize. A lot of stuff going on here. I'm also fucking hammered trying to balance all this stuff here. I'm doing okay though, right? The thing is my tolerance is lower than normal, and I had jam tonight with Luke, so I had like, I don't know, 9 drinks, but now I'm drinking the show, a couple beer chugs. I'm powering through, boys. And guess what? I'm not done because after Story gets off, I'm pounding like 2 hours of best ball. Let's fucking go. That's what I do. Story, we're on 94 days straight here. This is 94 days straight. I talked to Erica about this, and I did the math until like essentially like Christmas or probably the New Year's when the season's over, like fantasy season's over. I'm going to have done 200 straight days. That's my goal.
Pretty impressive. You've been dancing a lot tonight, too.
I've been dancing a fuckload, bro. I don't know what's wrong with me. Packers 8-9 incoming. Dakota not looking at settings is like not reading a contract before signing the dotted line. Absolutely insane. Story, you're a guy that would really dive into a contract. You're a fucking lawyer.
Does anybody read the terms and conditions for your iPhone, your computer, any of that nonsense? Nah, you trust the people that set it up. I trust Nick to not do weird stuff. Apparently that my trust was misplaced. Who said
he
Bears
does it every year? He changes the settings every 2 years for some weird thing.
Weird. Who said 8-9?
8-9 was so Blake says Pack 10-7, Bears 9-8.
I'll take the Pack at 10-7. I don't think the Bears are 500.
Big Ray says 8-9 Packers. It's gonna be a very, very highly contested division, right?
Yeah, it should be. They should cannibalize each other.
Sploosh, we got to get you a beer sponsor, dude. It's extremely easy. I used to be a brand ambassador. Well, hey, man, I want any kind of sponsor. Fantrax was dumb enough not to sponsor me. I endorsed their brand for free. That's all I play. You had a contact with a guy in Fantrax. He just said, what? Morons, bro. What the hell are they doing?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
It wasn't like they saw the show and they're like, this guy's too off the rails for me. They just were like, okay, whatever. They're a struggling brand, right? Like they don't. Not a lot of people play Fantrax. I do
per se, but it's definitely not a,
household name.
Yeah.
All right, we are. Yeah, there it is. Sports Jazz. Guess what, Sports Jazz? This is the last comment. We're gonna get Story off here. Look, I got him in here. I got Sports Jazz in here. You can see it's kind of a small graphic. You are a semi-pro. We also had my mailman Craig join. Who's friends with Erica. He's been talking about joining for a while. You guys are different colors because I had a cutoff a couple weeks ago of OGs. The first year of the streams are OGs. You're not missing much, Sports Jazz. It's just you're not grandfathered in forever for the price. But you know what? Don't worry about that. You're in. Hopefully, I don't know if you actually joined the Discord. I sent you the invite, Sports Jazz. So maybe you did. I forgot. I don't know. I had a long day. But I'll get you up to speed there. A lot of good stuff to get to. So appreciate you. You're the man. You've been watching the show for a while. He's finally in the community. And Story, what do we call the Professional Fanatics community? It's the
it's the place to be.
The place to be.
What do you call it, Kramer? It was. Come on, Rudy. Come on. We call it the place. The place to be. Yes.
Yeah, he did. I totally. I had a long day, man. I have a 40 drafts in the from the 24-day stretch of 40 drafts, all the lives, my life. There's a lot of shit going on. I'm doing what I can. And yeah, I do remember giving you a long paragraph like I do everyone else intro. So I apologize. I forgot that right now. I am drunk, but happy to have you aboard, man. It's a great place. It is the fucking place to be. And Storey, let's get you out of here, man. Well, any last words? Not saying you're going to die or anything. That's a death thing, but last words for the show tonight?
No. What are we doing next week?
I feel like I'll have you on for like a mailbag where you just answer questions for some people about draft and questions like that. And then we're going to have figure out the day. We got to do our pillar players, man. That is the pinnacle episode of this program we've been doing for 5 years now. Our pillar players, our top 10 players that, I've been drafting a lot. Fuck you. Don't do that. Probably
on the lane train. Right? Okay, cool.
And I also am going to set up a thing. All the co-hosts are going to have their own as well. Ray, Chaz, they're all going to have their own pillar players. I also want all the people in the community. I'm going to set up a separate tab to have their own pillar players. And we revisit them at the end of the year like we always do for ours. Last year, we crushed ass because we both had Chris Olave and George Pickens on our list. I had Tucker Kraft. You had Tyler Warren. I had Javonte Williams. We crushed as always. But yeah, we're going to have everybody give their own pillar players, 10 players. I'm debating putting Cam Little on my list because I want to draft Cam Little everywhere. But having a kicker seems fucking like sacrilege, right? A little bit?
A little bit. I mean, they're pretty replaceable.
Not Cam Little, though. Not replaceable.
No, I mean, 65 yards, one of these, or 60 what? 9 yards, whatever it is. Jacoby Lane trade. Jump aboard.
Frank says, "Great to see you again, Storey. Have a good night, Storey and Storey." He didn't say it to me. He just said Storey. Well, the thing is, I'm getting off. I also have. I found a whole bunch of new jams from the past. I'm gonna upload into my computer. I already did. I have to upload to the new stream, and I want to make a new thumbnail so people tune in for a draft. So you guys got to give me. It'll be 1 a.m. It'll probably be a little before that, but I'll send you guys in the Discord. It's 12:43 right now. Give me about 15 minutes. We'll start a new stream. We'll do some best ball and down. We're winding down on best ball, guys. In a couple days, I'm going to have no time because I'm going to be doing 3 or 4 drafts a day, fan tracks, redrafts on the stream. And I want to be doing 7 hours a night. And also, you can see Mike Storey and Big Ray and all the guys you love. So appreciate you, man. Great show as always. Thanks for putting up with my drunken dancing.
Good chat. a lot of good conversations in the chat tonight. Good to see it. So.
Connor with a $50 banger, Ray with a super chat as a main co-host in the show, dropping supers. Y'all are awesome. Storey, you're the GOAT. Appreciate you as always. What do I end the show with? You want to tell everyone off here. What do I say? Give it to them.
Put me on the spot. Be
you know what it is.
Yourselves. Don't be dickheads.
All right, you failed. Pay attention this one. Pay attention. I'll give you the next one. Okay.
Man,
so we'll see you guys in 15 minutes. Thank you for everything. Love your life. Stay positive and respect each other. We are